You came in like a thief, and you stole the crowd. Your lies keep piling up, and we watch them weigh you down. The fair agree that you stole, they run the whole fucking show. But we are not afraid, and we will not let go. The bigots rise, and you fan the flames. You build an empire of fear and pain. You're hand in hand with the billionaire scum, selling out this country while you play dumb. Burn it all down! Tear the walls apart! We will not bow! We will not lose heart! We will put an end to the hate! We will put an end to your lies! We will stand side by side! And we will You think these cages are built for the poor and for the weak, for the families torn apart while you laugh and tweet? Look at the puppets dance to the corporate sound, but we are still here and we will stand our ground! There is blood on your hands! We have seen the truth erased! You put the prophets first! Instead of the people you've displaced. History is watching, and it won't soon forget. It may not be you this time, but you could soon be next. Burn it all down, tear the walls apart. We will not bow, we will not lose heart. We will put an end to the hate, we will put an end to your lies. We will stand side by side, and we will rise! Rise! Burn it all down! Tear it all apart! Burn it all down! Tear it all apart! Burn it all down! Tear it all apart! Lies on the screen from the deadline machine! Burn it all down! They killed the American dream! Proclaim an escalator, a tower built on decay. Smiling like a tyrant while the world fades away. Fear and hate is the name of your game. Divide the people and shift all the blame. The truth is dead, you sold them for fame. History won't forget your name. Fake empire, built on greed. Fascist clown, watch it bleed! Break the chains! Fight the fire! Dethrone the king! Take it higher! Broken and cases, you have got blood on your hands! Worship the dollar while you ignore our demands! We storm the gates! Our rage is fueled by your lies! We will sit back and watch as your empire crumbles and dies! Fear and hate is the name of your game! Divide the people and shift all the blame! The truth is dead, you sold them for fame! History won't forget! Nay, nay! Fake empire! Built on greed! Fascist clown! Watch it bleed! Break the chains! Fight the fire! Dethrone the king! Take it higher! You build walls! We break them down! You spread lies! We burn this town! You breathe fear! We fight back! Empire going down. No more kings for the crown. Justice call. Hear the sound. Rise up now and stand your ground. All out. Promises right. Promises right. On a gilded stage, dividing the people, fueling the rage. Walls built high, but compassion's low. Truth buried deep beneath the show. No more lies, no more deceit. We will bow down, we will retreat. Voices loud, we stand as one. The fight's not over, it's just begun. It's just begun. Families torn at the borderline. Justice denied, time after time. Prophet's soul on the planet burns. When will we learn? When will we learn? No more lies, no more deceit. We will bow down, we will retreat. Voices loud, we stand as one. The fight's not over, it's just begun. It's just begun. It's just begun. Resist the power and break the chain. Rise above all this hate and this pain. Together we're strong, we won't divide. In our unity we will find our pride. The fight's not over, it's just begun. 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 The fight's not over! Whispers turn to battle cries. The truth is dead, been fed to lies. They sell us lies in the name of peace. What justice rots beneath the leash. They write the laws just to serve the few. We bleed beneath the red, white, and blue. But freedom's fire still burns inside, where truth and treason often collide. So raise your voice and raise your fist. We are the storm that they can't dismiss. No more kings and no more crowns. We are the ones who will burn it down. The tree of liberty must feed on the patriots who dare to bleed. The tyrants tremble when freedom rings. We are the roots and we will bring the thunder rolling through the land. With fire in our hearts and blood on our hands. No peace without the will to fight. No dawn without a rebel night. The ballot's a joke and the court's offline. And American justice lags a decade behind. So strike the drum and light the flame. Each beating soul will rise again. The people's wrath is a sacred flood. The soil drains deep the martyr's blood. So raise your voice and raise your fist. We are the storm that they can't dismiss. No more kings and no more crowns. We are the ones who will burn it down. The tree of liberty must feed on the patriots who dare don't bleed. The tyrants tremble when freedom rings. We are the roots and we will bring the thunder rolling through the land. With fire in our hearts and blood on our hands. Not for glory, not for gold, but for the stories that were never told. For every voice that they tried to drown, we will plant the flag and hold our ground. So raise your voice and raise your fist. We are the storm that they can't resist. No more kings and no more crowns. We are the ones who will burn it down. The tree of liberty must grow with the blood that only the brave know. And if we should fall, then we fall as one beneath the rising vibrant sun. The tyrants will fall and the people will rise, because freedom never truly dies. They build their towers in the sky, hoarding wealth while the workers die. Billionaires with blood-stained hands, trampling lots to expand their brand. They say they earned it, they say it's fair, but they only take while we despair. Their pockets are fat and their hearts are cold. Working ourselves to death makes them more bold. But now the time has come for the people to rise up. We will never bow, we will never kneel. We see our lives and we know the deal. You hoard the wealth, you crush the poor. We're coming for you, you capitalist whore. This land is your land, this land is my land. We will fight side by side and hand in hand. The system is rigged, it's all just a game. The rich pull the strings, the poor take the blame. Wealth hoarders live in mansions, the people live in chains. The billionaires don't care, they cash in on our pay. Luxury is a cage, it's been built on the backs of the common workers that they keep under attack. But we the people, we've had it rough. Their empire is fragile, we've had enough. And now the time has come for the people to rise up. We will never bow, we will never kneel. We see our lives, and we know the deal. You hoard the wealth, you crush the poor. We're coming for you, you all in God's home. This land is your land, this land is my land. We will fight side by side and hand in hand. No more silence, no more living in fear, no more being divided, no more broken man's tears. Don't try to keep us down. You are not our king. In every city and every town, let motherfucking freedom ring. Because the time has come for the people to rise up. We will never bow, we will never kneel. We see your lies and we know the deal. You hoard your wealth, you crush the poor. We're coming for you, you capitalist whore. This land is your land, this land is my land. We will fight side by side and hand in hand. It's better to die standing on your feet than living a lie down on your knees. It's better to die standing on your feet than living a lie down on your knees. We signed up to fight for freedom, not to be the boots on the necks of Americans. You used us, you lied to us, and now we're coming to square the account. Get Get fucked and die mad about it! Admin 10360, bitch! We wear the scars, we bear the pain. We watched our friends die in blood and blade. You said that we fought for liberty, but we came home to fight hypocrisy. You turned a rifle around our peace. You crushed dissent, you unleashed police. You sent us in just to guard your throne. You turned the streets into a combat zone. No one wants to know. Not in this fight, we are alive. Whether it's day or night, no one wants to know. This ain't no game. There is only one true, we are the same. You armored up and sent the troops to beat down kids and protest groups, to guard the banks, protect the suits, so that they can't keep us under their boots. You wave the flag like it's a threat, but we remember every single bet that you left to rot, alone and discarded, while CEOs got golden parachute parties. One walks alone, not in this fight, we are the light. Whether it's day or night, no one walks alone. This ain't no game. There is only one true, we are the same. To every citizen still asleep, wake the fuck up! To my fellow veterans, remember your oath! Our freedom is dying right beneath our eyes! The people in charge tell us nothing but lies. The common people starve while billionaires see, and we're the ones tossed out in the street. Let's save the rich, let's make them pay their share. Pay their taxes is a burden they can bear. Make billionaires right again. Not in this fight, we are the light. Whether it's day or night, no one walks alone. This ain't no game. There is only one true, we are the same. No one walks alone. Not in this fight, we are the light. Whether it's day or night, no one walks alone. This ain't no game. There is only one true, we are the same. No one walks alone. I got something for you. Hang on to your asses. Towers, velvet ropes, behind the mask, a vulture chokes, power suits and dirty hands, wag the dog in desert sands, victims screaming into voids while kings play gods with broken toys, airbrush lies on every screen. What the hell does justice mean? Lock room, VIP, predator in a crowd walking free, blood on the floor, hurt trooping chains. How many more gonna scream in vain? You built your throne on broken laws. Now you're scared, you know what you saw. Silence bought with piles of cash. Erase the files, burn the trash. Martial law for damage control. Draft the board to hide your soul. Wanna light the world on fire just to dodge the light trip wire. History is a loaded gun. Tick, 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 you better run. Lock room, VIP, predator in a crowd walking free. Blood on the floor, hurt trooping chains. How many more gonna scream in vain? Your kingdom shakes with every name. You'll kill us all to dodge the blame. this ain't conspiracy, it's confession. Hidden in plain sight, full suppression. You laugh while the system bleeds, but the streets remember what you need. Truth, there's a crime. You just spare the time. When the lights come by and your ass is mine. Locked room, VIP. No more secrets, no more canes. Cracked across your marble floor. Truth is kicking down your door. I said I'm young and believe the vow. Stars and stripes, I wear them now. Trained to fight and trained to lead. Wore the flag like it was all I need. I went to war, that was my goal. Buried brothers filling bullet holes. Did what I had to cause that was the cost. I came home proud but broken and lost. The other party used me and threw me away. Now I see through the games they play. They wrapped their lives in red, white, blue, but the blood on my hands was never for you. It was never for you. They said freedom, they said truth, but fed me hate since I was a youth. Republican dreams, conservative pride, just uniforms for the greed they hide. Where were they when the VA failed? When my friends came home and we all derailed? Where were they when we screamed in pain? Too busy chasing power and gain. All the party used me and threw me away. Now I see through the games they play. You bring support to wave your flags while you turn your backs on body bags. Don't turn your back on the fallen. You say that I betrayed you. I bled for this country. What did you ever do? You cheered for war. Then you ran from the wounded. I see who the traitors really are now! I gave my all, you gave me lies. Soldiers die while your empire thrives. Call me woke, call me lost. You never paid the fucking cost. And the party used me and threw me away. But I won't be silent one more day. I fight again, not for your pride, but for every soul you left behind. The party used me and threw me away. But I won't be silent one more day. Justice ain't red, justice ain't blue. It's the truth, and it's coming for you!
Now it's time for the throw punch! Oh, yes. There we go. Oh, no, that is not.
Oh,
right.
what was that?
I got somebody's speakers coming through their microphone, so there's an echo somewhere. About to do my sloth impersonation. Echo,
Is it
echo.
me? I am trying out this microphone.
Do you have speakers?
I do. I have it down really quiet, but you can
Do you
hear
have
it through my mic.
headphones? Yeah.
Ah, rats. Okay, I'm gonna try something else.
So Matt,
Yeah,
how's it going?
it's going. It's going. It's that week of the year where we get Passover and Easter right up next to each other, which is work a nightmare. Spring break, kids are off, people are off, no one's at their assigned posts. It's great, super great.
All right, I switched to a different mic. Is this working a little better?
I don't know. Let's see. La 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 la. Yeah. All right. I can't hear the echo, so it's
Okay.
all right. India. I heard that you're on the Sons of Liberty Discord and that you have a great time there.
Yes, absolutely.
That makes one of us.
I'm not sure everyone's quite up to speed on all the drama that goes on, keeping the Discord running for 11,000 people or whatever we're up to these days.
I think we're quickly approaching 12,000. It's
Are we
died off a little bit. Yeah, which is surprising because the shenanigans that that Discord are about to foist upon us, if they haven't already, a lot of people have deleted their accounts. A lot of people have left the server and all servers, and I don't know if they deleted their accounts or not. But yeah, I did a search today of the word deleted user, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of accounts.
I hadn't heard anything about that. That's nuts.
Oh yeah, Discord's pushing a ID system on users to have you verified. Now, ostensibly, it's because they're concerned about people underage viewing adult content through there. Ostensibly, it appears to be more of an appeasement to government outreach to social media organizations that they want a more strict control on the identities of people who are on there because they want to know who's criticizing them.
Well, that's
Either way,
a bummer that they're capitulating.
Mm-hmm. Either way, Discord's trying to put this system in place now before they go public because their owners are looking to cash in big time. But at the same time, they're alienating a lot of their longtime users.
So we have yet another person from Iowa running for either state or national level office who is on the Sons of Liberty live stream. I feel like every liberal and progressive and leftist and just Democratic Party voter in the state of Iowa is either watching Sons of Liberty or is like, hey, my candidate's going to be on Sons of Liberty. It's just like every Democrat politician in Iowa must have been, because we've had, this is like what, the 13th or 14th
It is
from Iowa.
It is by far the state where we have the most representatives come on. It's not even close. It really is.
Because we're the best state in the nation and we're fighting the hardest.
Well, glad to hear you're fighting the hardest, because that's certainly been something that a lot of people routinely tell us through social media that they don't feel Democrats are doing enough of.
I've been to Iowa exactly one time in my entire United States life, and it was like a layover in Des Moines.
You
So
haven't seen the
really
countryside? It's corn as far as the eye can see in every direction.
Like my
really
jokes.
something to see. Occasionally soy fields. We're working to change that. This monocrop agricultural system has really done a number on Iowa. So we're hoping to help farmers diversify.
So speaking of which, a lot of folks here are from all over our country. Some are international. They may not know a whole lot about Iowa or what you're hoping to achieve. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that and get us rolling here.
I could talk about my favorite subject all day. Iowa is, I think, the most interesting state in the US. Right now, we have the second highest cancer rate, winning, woo! And I know this is a. We have some really alarming statistics. We have the fastest growing cancer rate as well. And we also have some of the most poisoned water in the nation. So that's the bad news. The good news is we have some of the most fertile soil in the nation, especially in the region I live in. And that's because glacial drift pushed all this really rich soil to my neck of the woods and then began to recede. So I got all the good stuff. Uh, and so we have a ton of farmland. And our farmers a generation ago grew tons of vegetables and oats and apples. We were hugely famous for apples, but that has shifted over the years to what is the most profitable for large corporations. So we are suffering some of the consequences of that. These very big ag companies and the medical companies that combine forces like Bayer Monsanto have really affected Iowa, I think, the most out of any place in the nation. And so we have the opportunity to change things for the better in a huge way and really set a precedent for the entire nation, agriculturally and medically. We also have privatized Medicaid in our state, and it's been that way for about a decade. So we've had a Republican trifecta for this entire decade. So we definitely have a head start, and we're further down the road on the negative effects of this MAGA agenda that we're seeing that just has wreaked havoc and shifted a ton of money from small family farms and just small family people to big corporations. And so we are in the crisis of the least available mental health inpatient beds support in the nation. And we were number one in the nation before this Republican trifecta began in education. And then we dropped. So now we're 21, 22, something like that. So we've really seen the effects of MAGA. So if you want to see the statistical analysis of what the MAGA agenda brings you, Iowa is an absolute microcosm of that.
Mm-hmm. So, given all that, and given what's going on in our country right now, what is your top three things that you're running on that you'd like the people to know about? The top three issues that you are focused on.
Well, I'm an RN, so healthcare is number one. Like I mentioned, Medicaid was privatized. Oh, sorry, my dog's gonna make noise. Get on out of here. Go on, Yuki.
Your dog's
There
name
we
is
go.
Yuki?
What's that?
Your dog's name is Yuki?
Yuki, she's a Great Pyrenees. Big, fluffy,
Short
white.
for Yukiko?
Yuki,
AKA the...
Japanese for snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of snow here. But yeah, as a nurse, healthcare affordability and accessibility is absolutely number one priority, especially with privatized Medicaid, which has a trickle-down effect. Over time, we've seen hospitals not get reimbursed, and then they close, and then people get denied care from these privatized Medicaid companies illegally. So that would absolutely be first order of business, keep people alive and healthy here. Then we need to address poisoned water. There are simple agricultural methods that are evidence-based, we all know about, that would save our water from poisoning us. It's nitrates that's running off into the water, and that is from livestock, mostly hogs. We have like 25 million hogs here. It's crazy. But the farming practices are totally unsustainable. But there's some simple things we can do to make it sustainable and wonderful, and we need to support farmers in doing that so that we don't kill our agricultural economy. But that includes shifting away from monocrop and towards diversification and putting in place some buffer strips, and it's really simple stuff to protect our waterways and our rivers. Right now, it's not safe to swim in a ton of our bodies of water, our rivers, our lakes, our ponds. And the Republican response to that has been to make it harder for the DNR to label things as not safe to swim in. Rather than making them actually safer, it's going to be less labeled as unsafe. So people are just going to get sick.
If RFK can do it.
Yeah, so truly,
God, that guy.
We have a 5-alarm fire going on here with this crisis where people cannot afford their health care and they're getting sick. We have to address this.
It's interesting. About 25 years ago when I was in college in upstate New York, there was they'd had a decade of lower regulation around their agricultural industry. That's dairy cow country up there. And
my grandparents are dairy farmers.
Well, the net result was their water was contaminated, like you, with nitrous runoff, and they had seen a massive uptick in cancer. There was never anything official to link it. Oh, it could be so many different factors. It's just like, I'm pretty sure it's the one thing that comes in
and
that differentiates it from every other county.
Nitrates are carcinogenic.
Yeah.
It's not a leap in logic to say, this is happening that's causing a crisis. Here's a crisis that is being caused by this. There's a connection. I think there's a lot of lobbying happening. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely it does.
This bill keeps coming up every year. Monsanto would very much like us to protect them from lawsuits.
Of course.
So that farmers cannot sue them for when they get cancer from the carcinogenic products that they're exposed to.
Yeah.
Although Bayer, the other side of their company, sells the chemotherapy drugs that would treat it.
Oh, convenient. Yeah. It's the supply and demand. Weird how that works.
You sound very, very educated on issues that are, I don't want to say plaguing your state, but I'm going to say plaguing your state for lack of a better word. And yet you're an RN. So I know that tells me that you really care about the things that are affecting Iowans. Is it Iowans? Iowanians? Iowans? Iowites? The people in Iowa.
Wait, keep going. Those are good. Iowanians is my favorite.
Iowites. Did I say that one yet?
Iowastonians. Yeah, we are absolutely being plagued by the cancer rate and unaffordable health care. And there's always more to learn. I am not the be-all, end-all of this research, but I know people who really have this extensive foundation in research. And unfortunately, a lot of grant funding has been cut to research that would help us get more information. And even the Iowa House study bill that was put into place to discover what was poisoning the water, there was an investment of hundreds of thousands of dollars that were specifically earmarked for educating the public on how to keep themselves safe. As soon as they figured out what the poison in the water was, they figured out that it was nitrates from agricultural runoff. And then they moved all of those funds back to the general fund with no oversight whatsoever. So there was no education of the public. So this has been really hard to get the message out. So I appreciate any chance that I get to talk to Iowans and show them the evidence, because it's there. The study has been done, but it's not funded. The education efforts and prevention efforts are not being pushed the way that they should have from the beginning.
It's funny how that works, that if they can't stop the study, they'll stop the publication.
Exactly.
And keep it out of the spotlight. So obviously that's a major concern. I mean, I was talking about the story in my case and how I saw that destroy families between the debt and the sickness. It's such a slow way to die and expensive at that. Now, beyond that, I don't want to dismiss that, but I know you have other priorities as well. So I wanted to give you the chance to speak to that and help the people learn what more beyond trying to save them from cancer, which I don't know, that's pretty major, all right, but and there's probably more.
I'm gonna guess just a big healthcare thing in there with India being an RN.
That's number one, and that's the 5-alarm fire for sure. But I would love to help support education. We've seen a huge shift, this drop in our standards. We did set the standards. The Iowa standardized testing was the nation's standard, and we lost our standing. And we can see very clearly that Republicans have had this strategy of increasing school funding by less than the rate of inflation year over year over year until we have a crisis. Schools are having to consolidate and cut programs. We just lost one school's 100-year-old orchestra program that had survived the Great Depression, but could not survive our Republican trifecta for 10 years. So that has been just a battle that we need to get in and really fight for, is properly funding our public schools and ending a voucher program that is siphoning public school funds into the private sector with zero oversight, which should be, by all rights, illegal. I know multiple states have had this issue come up. A lot of red states have this voucher program, and ours is egregious because our state has blocked the state auditor, from looking into the program at all. A lot of the documentation of this that's accessible to the governor has been blocked from the auditor, illegally, mind you. They push for legislation that should not be constitutionally acceptable, because the auditor's job is to make sure that there's oversight for every tax dollar being spent. So MAGA claiming to be the conservative party is so inaccurate. The Republicans today are the most wasteful and fraudulent and abusive people that I've ever seen in my life. It is just egregious.
So you're telling me that you can't file a Freedom of Information Act against the state for that information? They're blocking that too?
They're not collecting information about how these private schools spend the taxpayer money.
Oh, wow.
They don't have that information.
Well, there's no damning evidence if you never collect the evidence.
Exactly. This is a pattern.
Yeah, I see it.
You get it.
How many people do you know in Iowa that are conservative that have lately broken away from the cult? They might still be Republican, probably are, but now they're like, yeah, I can't believe I voted for this guy.
Oh, a lot. I actually have a story about one in particular. Here, one second. I got to get this illustration.
Okay.
We get a story and pictures.
This is a 2016 embroidered MAGA hat that does not have Made in China written in it, because it was made in America, because it was very important to my friend who's a Vietnam vet that his MAGA hat be American made. He really believed the lies in 2016, and he really voted for Donald Trump. And he was my library patron when I worked as a library director. And we had a ton of conversations that didn't feel good and didn't end well. We fought a lot, but we were friends and we respected each other. And I taught him how to dig a little deeper into the evidence and really fact check these sources, because there is so much misinformation right now. And over time, he made the decision that he was done with the cult, that it was all a farce and it was wrong. And he gave me the hat because I asked him for it and he trusted me with it. And that means a lot to me, because I really do have respect for this guy who just got lied to. So I'm seeing it a lot. And I use that, I mean, it's my symbol of hope that people are leaving and that good people can get duped into propaganda at any time. So don't fall for anything. Do your due diligence.
The librarian thing tracks now. Like, now I get it. Like, earlier when I said you seem like you're very studied up on the issues that are plaguing Iowans. And then you're like, I was a librarian, and I'm like, light bulb.
I'm big into
Iowa,
research.
if you fuck this up for India and don't get her in District 58, we're through professionally. I can't be the voice of Iowites, Iowans, Iowahuans. I just can't. I can't be the face of progressive Iowa, since like all 7 bajillion of you apparently watch Sons of Liberty and get your candidates on our live stream. And RN, who knows more about your issues than your politicians, who was also a librarian, not just a librarian, but like way up on the librarian pecking order, like Grand Hierophant of the library, like got like a robe and like one of those skulls that has like runes and like a giant book that she carries around effortlessly with like a staff with like a crystal and an owl familiar.
You and I are going to very different libraries.
Have you seen my D&D maps, sir?
Yes.
He has. True.
So
anyway, Iowa, don't fuck this up for everybody.
So speaking of mega and events and how things are playing, and obviously in the State House, you don't have a lot of direct influence over this, but as someone with an ear to the ground, so to speak, on the political front, how is the war in Iran playing out there?
It is not popular. People are freaked out. They look at this like it could be the beginning of World War III. And even MAGA is, well, there are the very few who are so disconnected that they don't know somebody who might get deployed to Iran. But the rest of us, we can see the forest for the trees. Even the more conservative people here are really, really afraid. For good reason.
I'd definitely say. And how are the gas prices in Iowa? I know out where I am, it's just over $4 a gallon now.
I don't remember, $3.49, something like that here.
I'm jealous.
But we got that
But how much,
E15. So
how much is diesel?
That's a great question. I would have to look it up. I don't drive anything
how many
diesel.
tractors run on diesel?
My RV is diesel. I haven't fired it up for the season.
Diesel here is $5.80.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's not quite that bad here.
How big is the RV? Like
I think it's 40 foot. It's a safari.
You have like a whole different driver's license for that, right?
No. For some
Really?
reason,
You don't have
they
to
let
get like
me
the
drive
truckers?
that thing.
And all went silent.
Say that again?
Said and all went silent.
Yeah, I missed something.
Oh, you were asking about the driver's license you need for the RV.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no special license for it. You also don't need a special license to concealed carry here, so that's been handy.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm canvassing, if people want to accuse me of being against Second Amendment rights, then I can, well, I'm using them right now, so.
Mm-hmm.
Stay strapped, bitches.
Hey!
Well, for me, I'm strapped. Fuck that other guy. Charles Templeton, Barrington, Remington, whatever, the third. I don't know. It's an old white guy. I looked at your Ballotpedia to try to get a quick sense of things, and it was like facing off against incumbent, and it was just like this guy who looks like he hopped off of the board of directors photograph of a Wendy's in 1978. I mean, like tacky looking suit, old, like big those big square glasses, like, and just Captain Picard, but not Captain Picard with like it had been 7 months since his last haircut, like big, huge hair on the side, shiny on side. I mean, board of directors, 1978, 1979, maybe.
You have a very specific vision in mind tonight.
I gotta practice my poker face. Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to help you out here. See if I can make her crack up.
Well, he's a lawyer and a real estate developer, so I gotta mind my P's and Q's, y'all. But he also has been the sponsor of some really weird legislation. He wants to make mifepristone and any other abortifacient medicine a felony, not only to take it, but also to dispense it. He also was a co-sponsor on a resolution to align the state of Iowa with Israel. What else? He sponsored the 3 strikes bill. I don't know how much you guys know about that.
I want to see this guy's browser history.
Yeah, really.
Not on every computer and smart device that he has.
Also, can you
should check
imagine
out his Facebook profile of his official candidate page, his representative page. He posts in Latin frequently about Catholic Mass, and he recently shared an article that was a bunch of weird misinformation about trans people in Australia. It was all very odd.
Yes, those Australian trans people, very germane to the House 58 district. So glad he's on top of these
I
things.
can post in Latin about Australian trans people.
the faux intellectual garbage that gets passed by these people, it's ridiculous. But can you imagine if a Democratic politician put forward a bill to align the United States, align any state in the U.S. with any other country in the world? What an uproar it would be! What a you're abandoning America, you're a traitor to this country, kind of thing. And here's this guy going like, you know what? We need to be more in line with Israelis' agenda.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The dichotomy, though. Okay, so Latin, but Latin because Catholic. So you're telling me that the Republican state congressperson is essentially posting Latin masses to justify allying with Israel.
Yes,
which
despite what Pope Leo says,
is not Catholic.
Exactly.
In fact, Catholics, I'm going to say a thing.
Oh boy, here's where we get canceled.
I'm going to say the thing.
We had a good run.
Historically,
sorry everyone.
Historically, Catholic governments, like monarchies, the king was Catholic, the queen was Catholic, purged their constituents, their peasants, their populace, their domicile of Jews, because they were the Christ killers. And now here comes this guy full circle. I bet he's got like a lot of donations from things like IPAC and other things like that. Like that, it just defies. Like, what are you doing, man? At least do it in English. That's the official language of America, right, MAGA?
I outraised him, and I only accept money from individuals. And I had over, I think it was 500 donations, or just under 500 donations that were smaller. And I'm really proud of that. We outraised him by quite a bit.
It's because IPAC is disappointed that he's posting in Catholic Latin.
Catholic Latin now.
But he outspent us. His campaign owes him $80,000 personally.
What?
Yeah, so I
How'd
can't
that happen?
I can't compete like being able to personally invest in my campaign to that degree. I'm not a real estate developer. It must be nice, but I'm
must
really
have stolen
proud of the
that
work
board
that we
stock
put
from
into it to
Wendy's.
outraise him in the first filing. So let's keep up this momentum, y'all. But yeah, he's such a strange character. I
That's
could
weird.
talk about some of the weird decisions that he's made. He voted against affordable childcare for whatever reason.
This guy has illegitimate children with an aide somewhere. I guarantee you, if he's voting against that and other things that historically the congressional users of quiet abortion are typically have an R in parentheses next to their name. I guarantee you this guy has skeletons in his closet, and we should put out a bounty. Like, remember when
I don't know
Larry
if
Flint
there's
did that?
evidence that he's interested in women.
Is he single? Is he like Lindsey Graham, just a lifelong bachelor?
I believe so.
Does he have a
Allegedly,
girly
yes.
wand from Disney?
What's that?
Yo, that bubble wand was legit, man.
I'm
You
not
may have
gonna
missed
hate on
this.
Lindsey Graham for having the bubble wand. Like,
I don't know
look,
why
I'm a
we're
grown
upset
man.
about Lindsey
I
Graham's
have
bubble wand, because that was fly to have. That was I'm not mad about it.
I'm a
Those of you who
grown
missed
man.
the
I have,
story,
like, little toy
Lindsey
spaceships.
Graham took himself to Disney
Straight
World,
dust.
and there was some footage out of him wandering around with a Disney bubble wand and just having a great time with it. And you know what? I'll shame that man for a lot of different things. I will not shame him for just killing it with that bubble wand.
I mean,
more power to you, Lindsay.
The thing that gets me though is, like, he was so bent out of shape about people making fun. And look, if you were a liberal or a leftist or progressive or Democrat or whatever, anywhere left of center, and you made fun of Lindsey Graham for having that bubble wand, go fuck yourself. Really, that's not cool. Make fun of the guy for other things, like the fact that his pants are pulled up to his nipples. Not his bubble wand.
Or the fact that his spines seems to have been
as
surgically
an
removed.
adult, I don't want to know you. I really don't. I have a bubble wand in my
bubble
closet.
wand.
Or that he's hammered every time he's on the news.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just how he lives.
That man was so upset about being mocked that, like, literally when the story broke and he realized that he was being made fun of, within an hour, this guy put on his little hunting vest, his Elmer Fudd hat, and got somebody to snap a picture of him with a shotgun. He's like, I'm having fun in Edgefield. You can't beat it. Nothing better. Motherfucker, I have driven through Edgefield. I lived in South Carolina. I have been to Edgefield, and it is literally dirt and grass and a handful of trees. That you can beat Edgefield literally with anything, because it is hands down the worst.
I mean, honestly, the whole time he's out there trudging around with that shotgun that looks like the most unnatural of things for him, he's wishing he was back at Disney with his bubble wand. Mark my words.
Bubble wand. I mean, okay, so I am surprised that it wasn't like a tricked out AR-15 platform clone looking thing with like all kinds of stuff, maybe a backwards sight and like one of those extended magazines that has another one taped to it or some shit.
Like Don Jr. did, posing with his tough rifle.
Just a regular old shotgun.
Backwards.
Okay, so that I hate having to defend the guy. Like, I resent being on his side, but that was actually photoshopped. Somebody swapped the optics. The original photograph, they were on there correctly.
Well, you'd think they wouldn't let him out there without the gear put up. You know, he's not putting
If it had been me, I would have been like, here you go, Sonny, have at it. And I would have had shit on backwards. I would have had the sight all the way up the front with the laser in the back. That's what I would have done. I would have set that guy up so hard. Oh, it would have been glorious. I might have lost my job, but I'd be like, yep, high five. That was me. Oh, all right. So we got a question for you. In your district, that is not it. The chat
Swing and
roll.
miss.
There we go.
Ooh.
All right.
Heavily
What
agreed.
counties are in your district?
Oh, all of Chickasaw and a little bit of Floyd and Bremer counties. Very rural area.
Chickasaw what?
Chickasaw.
Chickasaw.
Do you not speak the local here, Big Sarge?
I don't speak Iowegian Night. Sorry, I don't. The people in Iowa that actually supported the show are like, fuck this, dude. I'm out. You can't make fun of us that much.
Iowegian is like, hey, y'all, and yeehaw, but also don't you know, you know?
Oh, you get
it's
to mix the Midwestern yaddery and the oh man, that's gotta be. I spent a lot of time out in like Upper Peninsula Michigan and like Wisconsin and whatnot, so I'm familiar with it.
You mean Wisconsin? Minnesota.
Minnesota.
It's the far up north, don't you know?
Eljo's probably in the comments, like planning to chip me with the.
Ooh, somebody mentioned Ray Gun in the comments, so I have to plug. Ray Gun makes my merch, so all my merch is American manufactured, union printed. You can check it if you go to my website.
What?
Yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, if you want one of my campaign shirts, they say our liberties we prize and our rights we will maintain. So it's the Iowa state flag, but I made it look kind of punk rock.
Now, I like punk rock. Now,
yeah, I thought you would.
Is this on your website, mayforiowa.com? Okay.
Yeah, just hit the link that says T-shirts on the top.
Oh yeah.
And I did inspire Ray Gun's top selling shirt of all time. So the Joni Ernst one. So it says Iowa, we are all going to die. I should be getting royalties from that.
Honestly, yes.
So I was the one who yelled at her, people will die. To which she responded with the words that ended her career. So you never know. Whenever you yell at your senators, you never know what moment is going to change everything. So continue speaking truth to power, y'all.
I
remember when that story broke. I mean, within like 10 minutes of that story breaking, I was like, oh my God, we have to get this video. I did not realize that was you until I saw that you had sent us the email. And I was like, that was her? What?
Yeah, that's not the only senator I've yelled at, though. So if you want to see more of me asking questions that Republicans don't want to answer and doing the occasional heckling at town halls, go to Code Red State. That's my social medias. My senator, my state level legislature senator is Sandy Salmon. So I'm running against Charlie Thompson, and his dear friend is Sandy Salmon. And she filed a resolution to abolish gay marriage in Iowa. So I went to her town hall and asked her directly to her face, like, did you have a plan to follow up on that or anything to say about it? And she hemmed and hawed and had no answer. It was wild. But that kind of went mini viral too. So yeah, we're trying to get her out of that seat because she has just been using it to abuse her power to attack libraries, public schools, and queer people. It's ridiculous.
I'd like to see her browsing history too. I bet there's some hinky shit that pops up on like Pornhub, or if Pornhub is blocked in Iowa as it is in like 20 different states now. The alternatives: X video, X hamster, XNXX.
You know them all.
You had
I do because
I had there, Big Sarge.
She has an obsession. All of
you
her
knew those real
are
quick.
all about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you upload videos to places, you got to know how to get around.
That's true.
Was that my out loud voice?
As he looks for his wife. She knows about all the videos that are uploaded, right? Big Sarge?
I mean, it takes two to make a video, right?
Yeah. But
Somebody's
usually it
gotta hold
takes
the
one
camera.
to upload them.
I mean, you could use a VPN to bypass the region lockouts on stuff. So I heard.
So you've heard. Committing crimes.
It's not a crime. That's literally what a VPN is for. It's in the description. Don't invent the thing if you don't want it to be used the way you intended.
I don't think that's what the VPNs were invented for, boss.
That is quite literally what it was invented for. It's in the name. VPN.
I'll avoid going into the IT nerdery since that's already 12 hours of my day.
I came across your guys' operational security videos a little late in the game.
Oh, yes.
I was like, dang, I really should have.
The one where I spent like half the video just shitting on people that were making fun of my shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so pissed that day. I'm like you don't know the first fucking thing about consent and kink.
It stands vivid for virtual private network.
Yeah. The P is for private and the N is for Pornhub.
That is not it.
I didn't make the rules. Therefore, I don't have to follow them.
Right, moving on.
So you were saying that you came across the OPSEC video.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's valuable information. I was just a little late in the game. I started out on Gmail, and I didn't use a VPN ever, and I had no clue about how to. I could have gotten phished at any second. I'm very lucky I haven't been. So I learned a lot. I dug deeper into it, and I have shifted slowly. I still have a long ways to go, but shifted towards having a secure online presence. It's tough, though. It's really, I mean, I've been on social media for a decade, and I didn't purge things. So if people want to know who I really am and have been my whole life, they can get to know me personally. I'm an open book, but keeping things secure is important as well. So y'all be careful, be judicious what you put on the internet. Okay.
Think curated version of you.
I was an adult when the internet started to become accessible in people's households. Like I had those dial-up AOL discs that you could get in the grocery store that would give you like 100 free hours, and I would like stick a whole bunch in my cart and walk off with them. And I was old enough to have received chain letters in the snail mail before the internet even existed, where they were like, if you don't forward this, copy this and send it to 30 different people, your cat's going to die by strangulation or some shit like that. And the email equivalent of that was literally like a week later. And everybody would hit the reply all button and be like, you guys need to stop sending these. And then somebody else would hit the reply all and be like, you guys need to stop replying all. And then everybody else would be like, the irony of replying all to tell people not to reply all. Those things would come out, and I would get so mad at my idiot friends who were the same age as me, like 19, 20, 21 years old, that are like, hey, I sent you an email. You got to forward it or something bad's going to happen. What bad is going to happen, Mikey? What is the bad thing? So I grew up causing OPSEC problems for people on the internet.
I mean, some would argue you still do.
Yeah. I was born to troll the internet before the internet even existed. I like it. Somebody was just like, okay, so we're gonna make this guy so that he becomes an adult by the time the internet comes out. So let's go ahead and have him conceive this point in time, and we'll just train him his whole life to be a troll for the moment when he ascends to troll status.
Praise be to the troll gods.
Yeah, have embarrassing shit on my social media too. I think
Everybody
I've
should.
deleted
We
most
should
of
all
it, but
humble ourselves and be human. Yeah, and I like this new strategy of approaching everyone in good faith. I'm gonna assume that you're a human with good intentions, and I assume that
I'm
you
not.
assume that I'm a human with good intentions. And the moment we have evidence that that's not the case, we are prepared for self-defense.
I've been a moderator or admin on so many different platforms and social media things, and it's just like I no longer assume the best in people.
I don't blame
So
you.
many times. Sarge might be sloshed. This is true.
I am the professional Scotsman. So it takes more than like 3 of these to put me down. I will guarantee that I can drink probably 5 people and their friends in this chat under the table and still be able to drive us all home in the short bus.
I have an ex who would definitely take you up on that challenge. Her claim to fame was the Philadelphia Beer Fest. She finished 40, blew away all the rest of our group. Not even close.
Okay, but was it American beer? Because that's just like,
No, this is, well, there were some American beers too, but there was a mixture of American, European. There were meads, which is always weird to me. It's honey. It's
mead is great. Like oh, I love mead. Oh.
I make mead.
What?
Whoa.
I have a follow-up question. Because you are probably the 3rd or 4th person.
He's not sloshed.
On the stream. No, I just can't count. Also, I have Shrek finger, so sometimes I think I'm holding up 3, but it's really like 4. So we've had
for that. Someone reach out to us.
Less than 5 people on the stream who have said that they make mead. And I have a question for every single one of them. And that question is, do you ship it?
No, I don't. I haven't before. I would figure it out for you.
I'm going to need you to do that because I have a little bit of money. Those are actually napkins, but just follow along. Let's in the land of Sarge's make-believe. I will Venmo it, PayPal it, Cash App. I will put it in an envelope like an old person and mail you cash. I don't care. You can buy mead on the internet, but it's like commercial stuff and it doesn't taste good. But somebody's homemade mead that they have perfected to their tastes, even if it's not my taste, it's their taste, and I respect their craftsmanship. I need mead. It even rhymes.
I can't guarantee it's good. I experiment with every batch, so I mean, it all ages into being good eventually, but some of it results may vary.
I don't have a lot of spare money, but what little spare money I have, you tell me how much, and I will like quit drinking for a month if it costs more than that, and I'll be like, all right, I'll send you $80 for a bottle of mead. And
well, let me figure out what the rules are for
wrap it up in like 80 pounds of bubble wrap. I don't care. I'll get like a giant box and I'll open it. It's just bubble wrap, and then there's like a little bottle of mead. I don't care. Like, I love mead. I love mead so much. It is delicious.
Well, send me your address on email and I'll figure out a way.
Done.
This is the best day you gotten in weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
I gotta go AFK for like half a second. There is a bug on the wall that I gotta eradicate because you can't come to my house like that.
Okay. That was unplanned. Well,
Daddy long legs or
who knows?
Bug not otherwise specified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the kind of bug that I don't want to like spiders. I will leave alone. Like I'll be like, go forth, eat other bugs, little friend. Watch out for the cat. He's an asshole. But certain bugs, I'm like, nope,
What was the one you just got?
dead. I don't know. I don't know what kind it was. I didn't stop to look. I grabbed some of my money here. I mean, my napkins, and I took care of it because like you see it moving and you're like, that's gonna get somewhere where I can't find it in a minute, and then you got to worry about it the rest of the night. Like I'll be laying in bed asleep wondering, the fucking bug gonna crawl in my ear or something. I don't know. So
Don't you have a cat?
Yeah, but he doesn't care. He is the worst house cat in terms of eradicating little things.
My dog is a better cat than your cat.
Mikey exists to like climb up on my desk and show his asshole in front of the camera. That's
Yeah,
it. He'll be like,
we've got a
"Check out my
highlight reel
butthole."
with just Mikey's asshole on
That's-
camera. You know, it's our most viewed video. It's kind of weird, but you know what? We bring the fans whatever they're asking for. Honestly. All right. The most requested thing is it political news? Is it raging on Mega? No, cat asshole. That was the top pull option.
We really do give people what they want, though. Like I'd done a couple of videos, and I'm like, and this is my cat Mikey, and he sat there the whole time just chilling out, playing with the drawstring on my hoodie or whatever. And people were like, "You need a Mikey T-shirt." And I'm like, that is the weirdest thing ever. Like
ASMR.
But I made it, and apparently I sold 5 or 6 of them. So I mean, hey, you know, you ask me for the shirt, you get the shirt.
I'm getting my cat over here.
Speaking of shirts, I think Big Sarge's Land of Make Believe needs to be a shirt. I think that'd be
okay.
excellent.
But see, here's the problem with that. Not with that specifically, but like when when people ask for certain things, sometimes it can backfire. I made a flippant offhand comment one time in a video about brisket and titties, and people were like,
"Oh!"
And there were like 40 or 50 comments from women alone
storm.
that were like, "I need the brisket and titties T-shirt. You should have this." I didn't even suggest it as a T-shirt. I just said, you know, I'm gonna go. I said that's the end of my video or something. I'm gonna go enjoy some brisket and titties or whatever. And people were like, "Yeah, you need to make a shirt like that." So I did, and when I did, and I announced it, I'm like, "Here you go." Oh my God, the backlash.
People were not pleased.
Yeah,
there was anger, pitchforks, torches.
They're like, "That's so sexist. That's so chauvinist." I'm like, "You asked for it, not me. I didn't want to do it. You said it, not me."
So
everybody's happy.
You're thinking Big Sarge's Land of Make Believe is going to have some misogyny accusations?
Yeah, because you can't say make anymore. It's, you know, it has some awful sexual connotation. I don't know. We could post about your pictures of your Africa vacation, and people would be like, "This is anti-Semitic." That is literally our comment section.
That is true. We actually had a post with pictures of my dog that had someone complaining something about anti-Semitism, which made no sense whatsoever. But you know what? The internet's out there, and the internet's just wild.
Even Bernie Sanders is catching these allegations.
Yeah,
of course. We had one for a meme yesterday where we were accused of blood libel because we had something that was critical of the Israeli government and how they're pursuing this war in Iran.
Bernie Sanders is Jewish, is he not?
He is.
I believe so.
And he makes anti-Israel government posts all the time.
He's
and they accuse him of being anti-Semitic. The Jewish civil rights guy is anti-Semitic.
Apparently.
Make it make sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, we're all anti-woke, right? These like MAGA people are like, I hate it when we are protecting marginalized groups. Ew. Except for Jewish people. Oh my God, everybody be sensitive. Yeah. Oh my gosh, don't say anything about Israel. You're oppressing marginalized people, and now we don't like that.
I'd like to oppress some
Makes
Israeli
zero sense.
government. I really would.
Right. So yes, literally anything that we post, someone's gonna hate, and that's just how it is. And it can be the most benign thing. Like Edmund V writes these really great theses on religion in the South and her upbringing, and everyone's just like, "You're not a real Christian," or "Yeah, all Christians should burn in the fire." And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. That's not at all what she said at any point. And then you know what? It's out there because now everybody's fighting in the comment section about something that she didn't even say. And it
That's a
happens
great
like
comment
twice a
section.
week.
This discussion is so valuable. First of all, it platforms the person. So any engagement is good engagement. I think Andy Warhol said, I don't pay attention to what the critics say. I just measure it in inches. I stick to that.
It's a good philosophy.
If
It does
Donald
get-
Trump has no problem with criticism, Donald Trump has no imposter syndrome. If Donald Trump can get away with everything that he's gotten away with, I can tolerate criticism, even if it's friendly fire because they misplace the stress that they're feeling today onto me, accusing me of not getting things perfect. We're on the same side. Anybody who's not MAGA is my friend. So I don't have time for
That's
the drama.
a constant shit show in not just our comments, but any progressive pages is the people who are trying to shit on anything being done as not far enough left. I saw a bunch of things, critiquing the No Kings. Well, they didn't stop traffic. There was not mass civil disruption. Therefore, there was no point to it whatsoever. And you're all just tools of the corporatists to just go there and do that barge. And just, dude, find something to be happy about in your life.
And is the person who's delivering this criticism doing anything of higher value?
They universally they are not.
Commenting feels real powerful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we have, or we have our admin team that puts out the content is not exactly a monolith on views and political positions. So sometimes you'll have some conflicting views on our page because of which author put together that piece. And Big Sarge lets each of us write our own things and put it out there, and it generates content and engagement with people. But there's sometimes where, like, one of our staff will be in the comments arguing with someone, and another person from staff is in the comments agreeing with that person. And both of them will be getting shit on by the person who's in the middle of this. And they will all claim that it's Big Sarge talking to them. Meanwhile, he's not even engaged whatsoever.
Yeah, I will have been off social media for like 3 days straight, lying in bed coughing on my deathbed, on my cough bed, and they'll be like, "Admin V here. I'm here to talk to you about my childhood growing up in South Carolina." I'm like, "Hey, Big Sarge, fuck you."
Yeah.
Like, that's not. And she gets in the admin chat and is like, "Why does everybody always assume it's Big Sarge?" I'm like, I don't know.
Can none of these people read?
For a month.
I wrote this whole long thing about the importance of being engaged and how we're going to keep our spirits up for this because it's it's a marathon, not a sprint, yada yada yada. And at the end, so I was like, "That's beautiful, Big Sarge. We really appreciate all you do." I said, "Oh, fuck me." All right.
It's literally signed.
All the credit, all the blame.
That's true.
And
then he comes back from being out for 3 days, and his mailbox is the one that's full of flames and praise and everything. It's nonsense. It's utter nonsense. It's not like we don't mark them. Yeah. It's Big Sarge. It's all through him. Through him, all things are possible.
It's Big Sarge and social media. If you happen to log into Facebook and you see a friend request from this, it was me. I accidentally hit the add friend button because I was trying to. I logged in as Sons of Liberty because I was trying to tag your Facebook page, and like a bunch of shit happened. And also, I was working on one of these, and my
Let me
mouse
get
was
my
just
phone.
like,
I'm
ah.
accepting that. We're friends now. Let me add you. Oh, we're friends now.
All right, I'm down.
Yeah.
I love
go
that.
make another one of these though. I'll be back.
I
Y'all
love that our
want some?
staff is composed of professionals, veterans,
I am a
IT
professional
experts,
Scotsman,
and
and that is it.
we do the dumbest things on social media as far as mistakes go. The sheer number of people who live in our comments just to correct grammar or typos is unbelievable.
So when you have a Facebook page, for everybody that's never moderated a page, when you have a Facebook page, you have the option to log into, you basically change over from your personal Facebook to the page as the page. So you are the page. So you could like go on, fucking Lindsey Graham's Facebook page and be like, hey, Ladybug, or whatever. And it would show up as the page. So when you do things as the page, like when you have somebody in your comments who is a shitlord and needs to be banned, you have to sign in as the page and go like hover over their profile. You can't do it from the Meta Business Suite anymore. You used to be able to. Somehow the ban features have gone away from there. So you have to hover, you have to click into the comment and then hover over the hyperlink for their name to get the little air pop-up floaty thing, so that you can then click another button to get the option to block them. And sometimes when it's 3 a.m. and you're on your 17th gin gimlet and you're like, now let me just block this guy. And you don't click into the page.
And you friend request.
And then accidentally send them a friend request and end up getting that friend request accepted 17 seconds later. And they're like, hey, what's up, bro? And you're like, fuck. Now he knows who I am.
I'm not saying this
how many times I thought I was on my personal account on Facebook trolling some MAGA people, but I was on my campaign account.
Yeah.
I had delete.
Because you're
India May for Iowa
your
House.
Facebook, your page is almost the same as it's like India May, and then India May for Iowa
House. Yeah, but
yeah.
I shouldn't, in my candidate capacity, be a normal human being with thoughts and opinions in a public space. I don't know. That's the hard thing about being on the left-leaning side of things. If I were a conservative, I could do what Jeff Shipley did. He's a representative in Iowa who called someone 2 slurs because this person disagreed with him on social media. It was the F slur and the R slur. And he has had no consequences whatsoever. We can be as god-awful as we want as long as we're registered Republican. And when we're registered Democrat, the bar is sky high. I can't say anything without criticism. So I know how you guys are feeling about that, because
we're the tolerant, educated left. How dare we call someone a fucking moron?
I've read a few things Big Sarge
has
written. That
never.
I'm not sure that same standard necessarily applies, but he would never use a slur.
I have in one single paragraph used 18 word of the day calendar things for the month of February or whatever.
All pejoratives.
The giant 50-cent words, and immediately turned around and said, and if you don't understand that, then you're a goddamn motherfucking moron. Moronic, idiotic, dipshit, troglodyte, crackhead. And people are like, wait a minute, how did you go from here down to here? Whatever.
Range.
He's got a range.
It's called a thesaurus.
Get you an advocate that can do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just copy and paste. Just look up a word in the thesaurus and then copy the whole paragraph when it gives you every single synonym. And if you really want to be clever, flip it around and grab all the antonyms too and work that in there.
Fancy. Oh my God, I
putting
just
my
learned a
work in.
songwriting technique where you make a list of, okay, this is something Taylor Swift has definitely done. Not a Swiftie. Sorry, Swifties, do not come for me.
Sorry, Admin V.
Admin V is
you
not here.
take
You're
this list
good.
of nouns. Just go with a theme. Like the teacher was like, I'm gonna go with space. All space. So supernova, black hole, star, space themed nouns that are physical things. Now take a list of nouns that are abstract things. Hope and freedom. And now you just link the two and throw in some spice. So like freedom is a black hole of this nebula we call life. And that's like, sounds like every Taylor Swift song to me now.
When you said
But
spice, I
doesn't
was
it
thinking
sound
like
deep?
oregano and sweet marjoram.
Oh, sweet merciful
Ooh,
crap.
getting spicy.
No, sweet marjoram.
Yeah, you just combine it with the emotional word or something abstract. The sweet marjoram dance.
We're gonna add to my feed just like my blood pressure throughout the show as this goes on. Just have a little number thrown up there next to my name.
I feel like
What's that for? Historical record.
you should write the lyrics for a song, and I will figure out how to put it to music. I think.
We'll need the thesaurus for this.
Yeah. The word thesaurus should be in there somewhere too.
Which is good because that rhymes with
like
Tyrannosaurus.
Dinosaur. Yes.
I don't know where we're going with this.
Probably straight to hell.
If we don't pray.
Here was the path we were on. This is where we were going, and we're somewhere off in that direction now. Just over the horizon, completely.
It is a road that is paved with good intentions, and it gets warmer the further you go down.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
No, Eljo, we're not doing a dildo song.
Ooh, let's do a dildo song.
What? Let's go.
Wait, what rhymes with dildo? Besides Bilbo, you can't. A little hobbit named Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo T. Baggins.
Nothing but horror lies down this path.
When he marched into Mordor with the dildo and his pants sagging. I don't know.
Y'all are familiar with Operation Dildo Blitz, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
Okay.
She was
we need
part
an
of that.
epic
Our
song
people.
about that event. I think they did it twice, right? But like, amazing. For the people at home that have not seen the videos, you get like outside the Whipple building in Minneapolis, which is an ICE detention facility. People brought a carload of dildos and launched them through the fence at the ICE agents. One of them landed inside the car. I think it smacked the driver in the face. So like perfect, beautiful shot of this big purple dildo.
This has been
written about it.
This has been part of Eljo's brain trust. Is the dildo blitz? The next one will be April 11th, and it should be glorious.
I need to be there at one someday. I don't live that far, like 3 hours drive away. So I've been there for a protest, but not at the Whipple. God, I want to see a blitz.
Officially, we do not condone throwing dildos.
We have the Fuck ICE protest at some point in early April, and then I think April 20th is a Veterans March on DC. Now these are not firmed up, so these are not locked in stone. They're basically swimming in Jello, half congealed Jello at the moment. So don't take these as gospel. We'll have more information as things roll out, but fuck ICE is coming, and it's going to be protests at all of the ICE facilities, but also things that are adjacent to ICE, like, say, Stephen Miller's house, Greg Abbott's house, and his wheelchair ramp. That's going to get me canceled.
His wheelchair ramp covered in dildos.
How would that be? The guy can't get out of his house because there's so many dildos that are like suction cupped. Oh no, not just suction cup, but you got to get a nail gun and like, yeah. I was trying to go to church and I couldn't get down the ramp because there were so many dildos. I would catch charges for that. I would.
True story.
I would even bring along Big Blue from back bedroom. Fucking add that one there.
I didn't know that they'd allowed you to start naming them, Big Sarge.
I think my wife might be watching the stream, so I'm not going to say anything. Instead, I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, that was certainly a thing that happened.
We can pretend it didn't.
Well, we'll hopefully get some of these dates firmed up. I know we're trying to plan to bring someone in to do some documentary filming of the protests and the efforts to resist Trump and what's been going on in the United States. A lot of the events here are not getting coverage outside the continental U.S. That's been something that we've consistently heard from our friends overseas, that they're hearing none of the same things we are. They're seeing none of the same things in the news. So we're looking to amend that. Currently pulling together funding to get a filmmaker in to do the work to put this project together. Both Big Sarge and I know him. It's Spike O'Hanlon. And he's done work in Ukraine. He's done films on Brexit. He's done a bunch of award-winning documentaries. So if we can pull this together, we're going to try to get him to events. We try to get him to some of the stuff down in DC when they go to visit people in their offices, and hopefully he can tell the story, because it's kind of frustrating how much is not getting out.
Absolutely. That is such an important goal. Y'all in the chat, anybody watching, throw in on this project, okay? That is so valuable. I think that's absolutely, yeah, it's an issue. People overseas, I'm really impressed by how much Europe is keeping abreast. I've heard of people, but there's so much that we need to document right now. It's crazy.
Like, they'll get the big stories, like the Renee Good and Alex Preddy being shot in the street, but they won't hear about the other people that ICE has shot to death. Yeah. So it's
going on this.
Yeah, we got to get this pulled together. It just
absolutely
is what it is. Speaking of it is what it is, how you doing back, Big Sarge?
I've refreshed the beverage, so aqua vitae. There's some Latin for Charlie Thompson's Facebook page.
Like, he's going to get drunk and go write a rant in Latin on the guy's page later tonight as the Sons of Liberty page.
I did go to a Catholic boys' school, so and I'm also a huge nerd for like the Roman Republic and Roman Empire. So that also requires a lot of learning Latin, because otherwise you'll just be like, what the fuck is this? I don't even know.
So the Roman Empire is your Roman Empire?
Ooh.
She's a librarian. She's an RN. A very studied political candidate. She makes mead. She got jokes about the Roman Empire.
That's level
where that came from.
Yeah. Like I'm I'm so far out of my depth. I'm just gonna work on this drink a little bit and get dunked on.
Very well. But yeah, we have a lot of work ahead of all of us. You do, and you race for the House District 58, excuse me. Big Sarge and his...
I'm not running for office. Fuck that.
When are you?
I met your shenanigans, but
Better now than never. Wait, that's
because,
not how the phrase goes.
Because here's how that race would go. I would announce my candidacy.
Then they find your OnlyFans page.
Followed by, folks, I'm going to talk about the issues, but first, I need to get some things out in the open before my opposition decides to use them as a smear campaign video. And what would follow would be days upon days upon days of me cutting video promos, talking about various things that I've done in my misspent youth and my misspent 30s and my misspent 40s. And I would never get to those issues. It would be worse than Donald Trump. Well, you know what he said today? You know, a couple of years ago, he said this thing. And it would never torpedo his. But for me, I would just never get to talk about the things for my platform. Because I would literally be apologizing for my entire life. That's why I don't run for office.
Breaking news on CNN. Political candidate Big Sarge has been linked to the brisket and titties scandals.
That is not a scandal. That is a calculated venture.
Oh, yeah.
You thought Pete Hegseth showing up to the UN, NATO, whatever, drinking a glass of booze was bad. Wait till you see me. Every campaign appearance, I'd be like, "How y'all doing?"
Maybe it works for you. Maybe it works for you.
Yeah, I say purity politics are canceled. Let's take a vote in the chat, y'all. Can we? I know you're not big on cancel culture, but can we cancel purity politics, where everybody who runs for office of any kind has to be perfect?
I would love to see that end. I really would.
Yeah, I just want to be a person. I'm like
I am only against
flawed human being, and that's okay.
I'm only against cancel culture because it's a conservative thing. I mean, to me, seceding from the United States because they didn't want you to own black people was like the start of cancel culture. For
that's a fair point.
So, I feel like I am naturally against cancel culture in general. And tomorrow is the start of Confederate Heritage Month. So it's the most
you know what it is today?
Today it's Bach's birthday.
Whose?
Johann Sebastian Bach.
Oh, happy birthday, Bach. Also, it's International Day of Trans Visibility, y'all. Happy motherfucking Trans Visibility Day.
Jamie was talking about it.
Be visibly trans, do crime. That is not as a candidate. That's a joke. For political purposes and legal purposes, that was a joke.
Why is Jamie not on the stream tonight? Our resident transgender admin. Which is not why we picked her.
She's been busy for
got voluntold to be an admin.
Well, I'll meet her later. Love you, Jamie. Happy Trans Visibility Day. Whoop, whoop.
Most of our staff are here by press gang.
How did I get here?
Who do you think is press ganging all the rest of us?
Somebody had to press gang me. I did not choose this life. This life chose me.
That is a lie.
This was the last thing that I wanted to be doing with my life.
He is the chaos tornado behind it all. When they finally drag us into some sunless basement to beat confessions out of us, it's going to be Big Sarge's picture at the top of the pyramid of the known associates, and everything else for the
There's
grand
like a whole
conspiracy
ball
they
of yarn.
built. Cash Patel's up there with a Sharpie writing in bullshit under the picture.
It's gonna be like
No
pictures of
distributor of cat
politicians with
butthole
me in the
pictures.
middle. You're connected to Ro Khanna. You're connected to NDMA. You're connected to Richard Ojeda. You're connected to Bernard Taylor.
And all at the center of it, Big Sarge. This will be their big case they come up with this summer for their anti-Antifa conference.
Their case room is going to look like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes. Yes. Charlie Day, insane, screaming in front of the board. Yeah, for those of you who missed the news, Trump is convening a number of hardline right-wing figures and politicians to have an
Who all hate him.
anti-Antifa conference this summer to discuss ways they can finally get the terrorist organization.
Anti-fascist? So pro-fascism.
Yes, pro-fascism.
If you're anti-fascist, then you are, in fact, pro-fascism.
And their whole stated objective is how to go after protesters and political commentators who have said things that upset them. That's it. That's what they're spending their terrorism dollars on, not looking for cells from Iran or anything else. In fact, they fired virtually all of their Farsi-speaking staff at the FBI because I don't know how we'd need that to monitor anything. I'm sure we could do without, right? I mean, Farsi is one of those languages you can just kind of wing it on, right? It's kind of Spanish. It's close enough.
It's like Arabic, but if Arabic was mixed with Swahili? No.
Definitely not Swahili. I understand some Swahili. This, none of it. But yeah, we're not in a good place, and the priority is very dumb to not be focused on America's actual enemies, who Donald Trump is in the midst of fueling their anger at us, and instead focusing on anyone who dissents in their political views from their orange. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a fun ride this summer.
German word.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare.
It is. It is.
Who could have predicted this?
It all goes back to goddamn Gorilla 2015.
You are not competing with anybody else for the Democratic nomination, right? Like you either are the nominee or there's just nobody else.
Exactly. I have no primary challenger. I actually started out trying to recruit somebody to run because a lot of us nurses and just ladies we don't want to be the face of a movement or a campaign. That sounds awful.
Me neither.
There's got to be a better person than me. So it took a dozen people telling me to run, including the people who had run before me. One gentleman, Todd Pritchard, was the representative in this seat for 10 years as a Democrat recently. He encouraged me to run, and I really respect and admire his work. So I'm going for it. And it turns out that there just isn't someone more passionate about saving this district than me. So I'm going to give it everything
as evidenced by the
even
fact
though it's a long
that
shot. This is a very red, very rural district, and there's a lot of momentum behind our MAGA incumbent already.
I mean,
I've outraised him, and I'm going to outwork him.
Even the reddest of the reddest districts, the net swing that we have seen across this country in districts of every stripe has been historical. I'm a big politics nerd, so I track these kinds of numbers. I don't think there has been this big a swing in our lifetimes.
It's the least we could do considering the circumstances, y'all.
Yeah.
I want to see it swing harder. Why aren't we swinging harder, y'all? Get to work. Let's go.
We definitely still have work left to do.
And nobody is backing this guy.
Yet.
As evidenced by the fact that you, who don't have corporate backers,
And no
And our
campaign experience. This was
challenger,
out of the blue. Everything's
yeah,
grassroots. Every time I host a
you've
fundraiser, it's
outraised the
free and
guy.
open to the public because I can't afford to go. Like the Iowa Democratic Party is not supporting me very much. I mean, emotionally, sure. Like they reach out to me and check on me. But they have $100 tickets to these events. So how many of those do I go to? None ever in my life. Would I ever know? Because who can afford $100 so I can go eat? I don't know, and like listen to people be boring and be like,
If I'm paying
everybody needs to be
$100
more
to get into a
moderate.
thing, they better have some good fucking food, and they better have at least mid-shelf booze.
Yeah, and then my opponent, he does steak dinners. At least there's that, but it's $60 a plate, and it's also very boring. So I do events that are free and open to the public, and the fundraiser comes from like casino games or just passing the hat. So we're gonna have some food, we're gonna have some music, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna have some good trouble. And then if I can raise some
I like
money,
good
then
trouble.
I will. So come to my events. I have one
I
in
have
Des
not.
Moines in May, and I have one in Charles City in June. And I just love to have people that are like-minded, like Sons of Liberty, like-minded, like really, really get it about what's going on right now, to show up to these
Now,
events and have a blast with me. We got a
now,
punk
how
band
much are
for
you
my
charging per ticket?
June event. Was that?
How much are you charging per ticket?
Nothing. It's free, open to the public. Bring the whole family.
Okay, so I'm not paying $60 for a boring steak. If I want,
Unseasoned.
if I want a boring steak for $60, I can go to Golden Corral
True story.
with like 6 other people and buy them the buffet as well.
Right?
So I feel like we need to team up, and I'll make the steaks, and they will not be boring.
Hey, I like that idea. Let's go.
But I can't understand for the life of me why the Democrats are not supporting you. I mean, there's nobody else that they can support. It's literally you.
Well, I'm a radical
Or
leftist
Charlie.
lunatic in a red area. I'm a bad investment, which is
And
not
Charlie
the reality. But
looks like he stepped out of a photograph of board members of Wendy's, a regional Wendy's, franchise regional Wendy's
Definitely a
from
franchisee.
1979. Go look at this dude's picture. I swear to God, he's got like a plaid
He's not lying.
polyester suit with like elbow pads, like
That's
leather
wild.
elbow pads on his jacket. It might be tweed. I don't know. I can't tell materials through a photograph because I'm not like, an authentic Civil War campaigner person who looks at people's uniforms like, that's Farb right there. But the guy's haircut and his whole demeanor just screams, well, I'm on the regional board of Wendy's in 1979, and now I'm going to run for office.
Now, please come see my Facebook posts.
So the Democrats can either be apathetic. That's one option, which seems to be the one that they've chosen, or they can back you, because the alternative is the guy who made roast beef sandwiches when most of us were being conceived or were in diapers running around,
No, I'm letting you.
I ask too much of them. I want really strong stances like deprivatizing Medicaid, which isn't even close to universal health care, but even just eliminating the corporate grift behind public health care is like, oh, that's pretty strong. Whoa, I just got a whole lot of light.
Oh, the light came on.
I'm being blessed by the camera shift.
I thought that your room was just naturally dark. I'm like, okay, she just wants to,
dark
have the light off.
This is much better. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I ask for staunch anti-corruption legislation. I'm pretty pushy as a progressive. So yeah, we're trying to all lower our standards and invite more MAGA into the Democratic Party rather than reaching out to the majority of our, oh, there goes the light, Oh no, that's gonna be a problem.
I feel like it might be related to the flag in the background.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I see the flag doing this number
Every time
here,
the flag
and then,
moves
like,
across, the lighting changes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your lighting. Like, I have a ring light right on the other side of like here.
I need to invest in one of
So-
them bad boys.
Do you have an
But
Amazon
yeah,
wish list?
I
'Cause
don't know.
will
I
fund
think
that shit right now.
progressives are just like way too much for the Democratic Party right now. I don't think that will always be the case. I think we're going to prove that we can win elections, and then they'll be like, oh, maybe you are a good investment after we're in office. But people like me, like, I don't really want a career. I want zero career in politics. I want to stop the trajectory that we're currently in, which is cruelty and corruption and this corporate grift. I want to eliminate that. And then I want to get the hell out of politics and never have to think about it again, ideally. I want politics to be boring again. So it's like a bunch of nerds who want to get together and discuss the optimal way to make affordable, efficient services for people rather than this crazy nightmare roller coaster that we're all on together. World War III and a race war and a civil war all dangling above us when the only real war is class war the whole time.
I long for the days when political scandal was either not being able to spell the word potato or the Howard Dean scream. Yeah!
Those are some wild days now in the current
Those
context,
were the
weren't
days.
they?
You talk about cancel culture, my friends. Dan Quayle, vice president, riding high.
Motherfucker looks like a genius now, doesn't he?
This was before social media. So it wasn't even like the whole world saw it. It was literally just they heard that he couldn't spell it. Howard Dean, that was the Wild West of the internet. It was already there, but it was untamed. And he got up there and tried to say 7 different things and do 3 different types of screams, and it just came out as a karate sound. Go Google it. He's like, we're going to go to California. We're going to go to South Carolina. We're going to go all the way to the White House. Yeah. It kind of, actually, I'm going to get canceled if I say what I'm really thinking, but I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, just go Google the Howard Dean scream. And when you listen to it, when you finally hear it, you will also hear in the background the death cry of his political ambitions.
Yeah. We went some places tonight.
Yes,
I did a video on the Howard Dean scream.
Again.
I will say, obviously, this is much more small potatoes than a state house seat.
But can you spell
I
it?
ran for my local HOA thinking I was just going to go in, just fix the things that need to be fixed. And now, 12 years later, here I still am on the same HOA, unable to extract myself.
And when you run for office, they're going to pull that photo out, your HOA board photo from 1979.
I don't think we have photos. We don't have that kind of budget.
Thank God for that, for your political
Not that kind
ambitions.
of HOA then. No, that's a good thing. That's a service to your community. Hell yeah, stay on.
132 homes.
We're very much nonprofit as an HOA, as in unprofit. Unprofitable.
It's a surprisingly vicious local political environment.
Is it?
I believe it.
I thought it'd be, like just a committee, and I could help them make the right decisions about, not allowing houses to flood here and other dumb things they were doing, like illegally paying themselves a salary.
Naive.
And it turned out like I got death threats in my mail slot. Things happened to my car. There was some serious shit going on. I was accused of not being a legal resident of the United States and therefore ineligible. They tried to have their lawyer go after me for that.
Where did they think you were from? Fucking Denmark?
I don't know.
How do you even
Yeah.
pronounce your last name? Oh, we had that conversation.
We have.
Oh, we had that conversation.
We have.
Yeah. I realized that we were live, and you giving out your whole last name. Was
Just
idea.
giving out my last name, my home address. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. I was there on the show.
I'm the
Big
guy that
Sarge docked
accidentally
me.
clicks on people and befriends the ones that I'm
That's
trying to
true.
block as Sons of
You
Liberty.
made
So
friends with the absolute worst shitlords that we had posting hateful mega garbage on our page. Big Sarge wants to be your friend.
Well, you don't have to worry about those people. You have to worry about your HOA members or whoever wants your seat. God.
I feel like
they really
they already know where you live.
My local HOA is literally why I have body armor.
Oh my God.
I've been threatened. My dog has been threatened. I mean, who threatens someone's dog?
That's too far.
Weirdly,
I feel like they have never seen you if they're threatening your dog, because your dog.
Well, it all goes up by email, right?
Fur missile.
He is a fur missile. They've sure hurt him. I'm not sure they realize that's my dog, but they've definitely hurt him. Everyone in this zip code has hurt him.
I want names.
And
who's threatening your dog?
It's our local biggest mega pain in the ass person who has not met a rule that she thinks applies to her.
A lady threatened
Is this
your
the one
dog?
with the car that I want?
Yeah. Yes. This is the one whose car you almost ended up with.
Just give me your name so I can. I'm just going to talk to her.
She is currently dealing with a legal situation because she believed that she was so sovereign of a citizen that she did not need a driver's license plate, and forged an insurance card, which turns out to be a real serious crime, and then finally got pulled over by the cops. Now she is borrowing rides from a neighbor who at one point she pushed down a series of concrete steps. And that neighbor just feels sorry for her and so has been helping her out. So that is, by the way, that neighbor is the most forgiving person on this earth, in my opinion.
This is the most.
Someone shoves me down a set of steps.
HOA fucking.
Stockholm syndrome?
I guess. Next door neighbors for years.
This is like a sitcom that doesn't quite write itself and needs
barely
us to do
scratches
it for them.
the surface of the insane bullshit that happens.
I would quit political video making today and go back to making indie films and indie sitcoms just with the material that we have from this 11-year adventure now.
Really is wild. Yeah, at one point there was going to be a sheriff's sale and her car was going to be included in that. We were just going to get that over to Big Sarge. And
it's like a Dodge Challenger or something.
This was after she had threatened my dog because I had to go tell her she needed to get out
drives
of the
a
damn
Challenger.
community pool. Oh yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Souped up purple Challenger.
One of those.
With all these
Did
right-wing bumper stickers
Facebook
all
about
over
and
it.
racing
Planning
stripes.
the Joker?
But
like
she
an
had
airplane wing on the back.
She is, I won't go into too many details on it, but she is not considered a person in good standing, in which case she is not entitled to use community elements like the pool. And she
You're
decided,
a real piece of shit when you get banned from the community pool.
Well, and she kept going there and starting fights with other residents. So
Surprise!
It fell to me to, kind of, politely take her aside and say, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to be in here.
Oh, God.
And she immediately started yelling to everyone at the pool that I was a pedophile and was trying to buy a child from her. We have this on video, by the way.
Accusation is a confession.
It's like
with
the
these
crackhead in
people.
Friday.
It is. It is very much like the crackhead in Friday.
Hey, everybody!
She threatened to kill the dog. She was, once the cops started rolling up, she ran. But it's insane.
Go figure.
These are my days. This is the bullshit that I volunteered for. Just keep that in mind.
Runs from
my
the cops
dumbass
on
agreed
foot?
to do this. Apparently, a lot of people. It's surprisingly effective.
That's why there are police shootings.
Well, they won't have to get out of the car. It was hot out.
Exactly. I lived in this tiny, tiny, tiny town in Georgia. Not going to name names, but it's outside of Atlanta. It's a big part of the if you have watched probably at least 3 Hallmark Christmas movies, the ones where they have a red sweater and a green sweater, I guarantee you it was filmed a block from my house in this town. They all use the same small town, including the town next door was like Vampire Diaries, Mystic Falls, Mystic Pizza, Mystic River. I don't know.
It's a lot of mystic.
Yeah. A lot of mystic, not enough mystical. I lived in this tiny, tiny town next door. And I mean literally next door. It was literally like the line was here for the town line. One side was the small town. This was the even smaller town. It has a local police called the constable. This guy's nickname is Cookie, right? His nickname is Cookie because that's all he eats. I swear to God, this guy is at least 400 pounds. He has custom-made police uniform, and he has the only police SUV in the small town, which literally is like 3 blocks, because he can't fit in a regular squad car. And Cookie has on record several shootings because Cookie can't chase anybody, so they get shot. I swear, I'm not making this shit up. So when people say I'm gonna run from the cops, I'm like, I hope you were in like a Dodge Charger with a Confederate flag on the top, and Cookie is at the wheel, because otherwise, that is why people get shot by the police, because the police are like, I don't feel like chasing this guy. Bam, bam, bam.
I think I saw a gun. I feared for my life.
Oh, found a gun. There it is.
I should not be laughing at this. That's bad. Not funny.
This is why people resist police reform, because the drop ankle holster and Cookie would be a thing of the past. I say this as somebody who used to be a sheriff's deputy and knows how they game the system. If I disappear tomorrow, it's because I said that, and somebody from Maryland was watching.
Black bagged for this for sure.
Did
Black
you
bags
shoot
and, like,
anybody
black
because
body
you didn't
bags.
feel like chasing them?
No, I worked exclusively. I had two jobs. One was to stand in the courtroom either next to the judge or behind a certain plaintiff or defendant, as dictated by the court, ready to grab them. And the other was to go to empty houses and post an eviction notice. And that's probably like the 7th one of those that I did. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm not doing this shit no mo. Yeah.
I imagine that gets depressing.
It is. Because the one time, so most of the times when we would serve eviction notices, those people had moved out a long time ago. And by moved out, I meant like they filled whatever vehicle they had with whatever they could carry, and that was it. Everything else in the house was in the house. And the property management company would basically hire a crew at their expense, which they then passed on to the residents with the rent hike. They would have those things moved out to the corner. Except one time, the family was still there, and their stuff was getting carted out to the curb, where everybody else in the neighborhood was basically taking their stuff and leaving with it, as these people were trying to figure out how to salvage the rest of their life. That was the day that I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I can't, no.
God.
That was one of the worst days of my life. And I've had some pretty shitty days, but watching people just watching their life go out because they missed a rent payment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck evictions and fuck landlords. And I realize that there's somebody watching this video who's like, well, I'm a landlord. Okay, but do you have 30 properties and the second that somebody doesn't pay, you're like, you're out? Or are you the kind of landlord that's like, you know what? Times are tough. I'll give you 30 days. Just make it up. We'll figure something out.
So here the eviction process takes you 6 months. So people have a lot of time to either square the account or get all the stuff out. Or in the case of a certain neighbor, take everything, including the building's copper pipes. Couldn't figure out why all the water was pouring out of the building's front door. It's just like, that shouldn't be the case. And finally,
I've seen
shut
stuff
down.
like that before.
Walls were all ripped open, pipes were all taken. So when you say you're taking absolutely everything with you, this guy means it.
I've seen places like you get to know where the good and the bad areas are because local PD will come through, or in this case, like the county police. They didn't have like a regular city police. It was just the whole county because it was part of the greater Washington, D.C. metro region, whatever. You get to know where the neighborhoods are, where you're like, okay, nothing's going to happen here, versus the neighborhoods where you're like, some shit done gone on here.
My neighborhood.
And you'll go into like do an eviction notice and there's no door. There's no door, there's no windows, there's no wiring in the house. And you can see lines of drywall torn open where they yanked all the shit out of there. Yeah. I've seen those places. And in those places, I'm like, an eviction notice. What else is new? But then other places like that one, what I did in that situation was I basically moved my squad car and sat it right next to the pile. And I was like, put that shit back. And I told him, listen, if you have anybody that has a truck, you got until the end of my shift to get them here. I will even help you put stuff on that truck because you got kids. And that Thomas the Train bed's going on that truck. So you got to get him here. that was the day where I was like, I'm looking for a new job. Fuck this. Took me 2 weeks. That was it. First live eviction, I'm out. That's fucking soul sucking is what that shit is.
I wouldn't be built for that.
I
do very part-time work as a death investigator that contracts with the sheriff's office in Chickasaw County here in Iowa. And like, it's never boring. It's always something different. And it's just, it gets depressing though, because a lot of it is just the broken medical system here. But there was this one house that was, the minute you walk in the door, you see a big black flag that says, fuck Biden and fuck you for voting for him. And he had committed suicide by gunshot wound to the head in the basement. And the processing, just like, man, what an angry, unhappy person. And in the state with the worst mental health care in the nation, this is all preventable. This isolated, hurt person who didn't get the medical care he needed could have been saved by different political views. Too busy with the culture wars, the hating LGBT plus people and women that never hurt him, the immigrants who never took anything from him. To really do anything for himself that would have helped him. And like, I just wish I could have helped the dude while he was alive.
On the one hand, yes, but on the other, I am not a nice person on TV. There is a part of me that believes in Schadenfreude.
Oh no.
And I know it's wrong. I know it's not left enough.
That guy was mentally ill.
Yeah.
That was a horrible situation. It was so
I feel like if you're gonna take your own life,
there's
some stuff going on there. You've either got the deck stacked against you and you just feel like you're snowed under, or and I have conflicted thoughts on suicide to this day because I grew up in a conservative, Republican, religious household for most of my young life, and certain things were instilled into me about suicide and it being selfish. And then my mentor, who almost got demoted in the military because he refused to attend a mandatory memorial for somebody who committed suicide, and got me roped into it. I was like, yeah, I'm with Sergeant Carter on this one. Committed suicide. And I was like, thought the whole thing just shattered. So people, and even people who continually vote for Donald Trump, there's something tragic there with whatever's going on with them, that they feel the need to take their own lives.
Well, yeah, and the lady who's MAGA, who's a basket case in your HOA situation, there's untreated mental illness at the crux of that, and that comes from trauma. Like, I worked as a mental health nurse in a state facility that was specifically for people who had mental illness and intellectual disability. We had a sex offender rehabilitation program. We held elderly and severely disabled care. We had care for kids and a alternate school for them to attend. And the one thing that every single one of them had in common was a history of trauma. And it's just the rate of sexual abuse for women is really high, but for disabled women, it's 80%. 80% of disabled women have experienced sexual assault. So, like, there's a vulnerability there. And so the trauma can beget more trauma. We can even re-traumatize ourselves as a way to try to cope with trauma. And the Epstein files just has unraveled so much of it. I know this is a real heavy conversation when we get to the Epstein files, because I've been going through them a little bit at a time. But it's heavy. It's a lot. And we've been collectively fucking traumatized.
It's not as traumatic when you have a giant white floofy dog behind you.
It's true. Trying to get something behind you.
You want to
Population you.
Hi. Much better. She's just chilling.
I want a big floofy dog. I'm not allowed.
Oh, she sheds so much, and her poops are so big.
Oh.
If that helps.
No, it doesn't.
You guys can't see mine because the background is up, but he's in the hallway. He is grumbling.
Yeah, I heard your dog.
Yeah, he's unhappy with me because I'm on the live stream instead of paying attention.
Because you're doing the live stream instead of taking him out so he can like leave steaming piles of quiche in the yard. Is what.
Or terrifying the neighbor's dog.
Or that, yeah. Or getting people to call the HOA president and then realizing, oh, that's you.
Yeah. No, I've actually been able to kill a couple different motions to ban large breed dogs in the community, or ban the number of dogs people can have, because fuck that noise. That's stupid.
Noogie.
Usually I've got a good justification for the rulings that I voted for, or whatever proposed amendments we're doing in the HOA. Sometimes it's because the idea is fucking stupid. There's no more rationale than that. This is stupid. I would never, put anything out there that would require people to give up a pet or dictate what kind of dog they can have. That's ridiculous.
Thank you.
What is the dumbest legislation that you have seen at the local level within your district? On the
Lord,
ballot?
Have mercy.
No, he will not.
Let me count the ways. What's the dumbest one, though? Because there's like a lot.
It's more than one.
Iowa was proposing legislation to acquire a baseball team and to try to acquire a couple of counties in Illinois, even though we have the worst economic situation. Like, I think we're 51st in the nation for personal economic growth. So we have a crashed economy and a $1.3 billion deficit, but they want to purchase a baseball team and some of Illinois. That didn't go far, but
Are you making
was
that shit up?
proposed.
Because I literally just read, like, not more than 4 hours ago that some asshole in Texas, West Texas,
He's going to annex.
proposed to that they're
Not
going
buy.
to not buy,
Annex.
but annex part of New Mexico. And New Mexico is like, you are a very unserious person like that. They didn't even have a response. How are you going to be broke
part
and
of the
buy part of
Heritage
Illinois,
Foundation?
which has
That's
more letters
also a
than
tenet
Iowa?
of fascism is expansionism.
Yes.
So taking
conquest.
But I think the
is the
Heritage
new word.
Foundation
Thank
told red states to try to steal some of blue states. And I guess they proposed it, but it's so absurd because all the red states are broke right now.
We're going to
True story.
steal blue counties from other states so that we can have more land and money filled with people who vote the opposite.
Yeah,
That doesn't even make any sense.
Once we have them here, we will pre-program them to vote red.
We're going to buy them so that they'll vote for us. Yeah, that's going to work. Take them away from everything that they've known and then be like, now you belong to us. All your base will belong to us. And
it's ridiculous.
Oh, it's your imaginary money.
Pick those up.
You yell that for that later.
So they wanted to buy the baseball team from another state.
I don't remember what team it was.
And the county.
It was so stupid.
So it wasn't even like a major league team. It was just like a region, like the Sand Gnats or something. Some regional, not even like the B team of the B team in the whatever league is underneath major league, minor league.
There's a number of minor league circuits of teams. I don't know why you would acquire any of those teams, but
what do you gain by? I mean, okay, so sports teams, you get ticket sales.
They're
offset by the fact
one for farmer bankruptcies in the nation, and our number one industry is agriculture. We are so
a baseball team.
Hurting right now.
Oh,
it is absurd to spend money.
Because of that movie with Kevin Costner in the cornfield.
Oh, yes.
Out of the cornfield. That is peak Iowa. Hey, there's a cornfield in that movie. We should buy a baseball team. And then we'll have the ghost of Lou Gossett Jr. and James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones in the movie.
William Hurt
Jr. was not.
And that other guy, that other William Ford, something. I don't know.
William Ford.
He played the Civil War reenactor father in Legally Blonde. You remember Legally Blonde, where she goes home, big city girl, goes home for the holidays and is in like rural Alabama and is like, "Where's my daddy?" And they're like, "I think he's laying down over there." And it's like a Civil War reenactment. And then later on, he's in the recliner, relaxing in his Civil War pajamas or whatever. That guy. His first name is William, but I can't. And you'll recognize him if you
That's
see him.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I don't know all of the Reese Witherspoon.
How do you not know your Reese Witherspoon films? That's like tantamount to being in Sons of Liberty. That's
what?
It's like the first one on the list.
I was not.
But that movie's incredible. Like,
you're right. It is Sweet Home Alabama.
I want is the best reason to marry somebody. So romantic.
Legally.
Not legally. It's Sweet Home Alabama.
Obviously, Big Sarge has missed a few events in our procedurals for Sons of Liberty staff. It's fine. Give him a couple of days to catch up. He's been on for a bit.
I'm sorry. Not all of us can be admin V who have intellectual posts. I'm a much more base creature.
Some of the shit post me
said, I like football and porno and books about war. I have an average house with a nice hardwood floor. I think only one of those things is actually applicable to me, but the sentiment remains. It's like,
ooh, I got a nice hardwood floor. Look at this. Oh, it's impossible to see. There we go. I refinished that sucker right there. Oh
This is
God,
the
now
best
you're.
stream ever. We got dogs. We've got hardwood floors. We've got changing lighting conditions that nobody understands.
And a Great Pyrenees.
I have
And
terrible
my
lighting
cat
in my
is
house.
staring at the napkins on the floor.
Honestly,
like,
I
what's
installed
going
this
on
light
here?
myself that I'm real proud of,
What's up, buddy?
Mikey.
but
Hey,
I don't have a light switch in that room.
But she's got a drum set.
Yeah, well, my kid plays drums.
I
But
can
yeah,
play the
I
drums.
installed this chandelier, and it was supposed to have a remote control with a dimmer, and it didn't come with a remote control, and I don't have a switch, so it's permanently on unless I go to the breaker box in the basement.
I almost got a drum set. It was a digital drum set, not an actual like trap drum set. But my wife has a thing about not having too much clutter in the house, and there are things that like I have to get rid of before I can get a drum set, even though they wouldn't be in the same spot. But I understand her logic, and I respect that because
I have
she's
the
right.
solution. Hold on one second.
But I'm gonna get a drum set.
The dog's
Hi!
on now.
Hello! Yes!
Yes!
I'm gonna talk to the dog in a high pitched voice because that's what you do with animals that are cute.
Easily our best stream ever.
The dog is like, what's up? Yeah!
The dog's like, Mom, they're being
Woo!
weird. Mom.
Did you show
Oh,
me
they're all
first?
weird.
There's weird people on the camera
Okay,
again.
check this thing out. It is just
Oh,
a
shit.
plug and
Oh,
play
yes.
drum pad.
Yes!
That's awesome.
I have a drum pad, but it's
And
like
you
a
can
piece
shove
of
it in a
wood with
drawer.
rubber on
Like
top.
it rolls
That's
up and you can just like
it. Yeah.
put it away
Does
real
it have
small.
like a connection where so like when you tap it, you hear the sound?
Exactly. Yeah, you
Oh.
plug in headphones right here, or you can put in a speaker and it'll play. It's very compact electric drums. So we take that traveling and
need
stuff.
it. Yeah.
That's true, Sailor. He has no idea you're watching.
But
Hey
Nothing.
Yuki, chill out. Shh.
Mikey, stop playing with the napkins.
He's not allowed to talk to her. Oh, it's good. It's good, Eljo. Anyway, so before we got off on drum sets,
I mean,
we were probably talking about something else equally
Don't
off
kink shame
topic
me,
and
bro.
inappropriate.
we were talking about dumb legislation and
We
like
were
minor league
Oh,
baseball
God.
teams.
There's
And-
more. Let's see.
There's more?
Oh, there's so much dumb. Well, okay, so last year, Iowa broke their record filing over 2,000 pieces of legislation. This year, they broke that record and filed 2,900 plus pieces of legislation. So the amount that we're having to freaking sit and sift through is insane. And like, I do not envy the representatives right now that have to know the details of every single one of these freaking bills because you just be up all night, all day reading this crap.
Mhm.
And so much of it is dumb, and so much of it is straight from the Heritage Foundation. It's bizarre. There's a ton of stuff that's like anti-library. So here's some dumb stuff. They want to prohibit. Okay, this is. They want to prohibit libraries and librarians from being a part of the American Library Association or the Iowa Library Association and paying like dues to be a part of it so that they would advocate and stuff. But the reasoning that they say that they don't want librarians to participate in this is that the ALA has the agenda to queer the catalog. And that's a direct quote from the person I'm running against. He is convinced that libraries are having this sort of agenda to like turn kids gay, or at least have gay materials all the time that they're pushing towards kids. I don't know, man.
Books are turning the kids gay. That's why Donald Trump's presidential library doesn't have any books in it.
Yeah, I saw that picture today. And I got to say, can't imagine a more fitting library than one that doesn't have any books in it.
We got
That's
a gold
But he has his own
escalator
book,
in the
huh?
library, but no books.
gold escalator
Oh
and
my
the Air
god.
Force jet.
There's so
Make
many
it make
anti-library bills though. Like they're trying to make it so that librarians would have to go through their entire catalog and label every item in every library in Iowa with whether it is appropriate for children or not. Which,
So like a
I mean,
Dewey
is
Decimal
basically the
System with a rating
categorization system. We have juvenile, young adult, and adult because there's a spectrum as you grow, but that's not something that Republican legislators can wrap their heads around. So they want it to be very black and white so that they can specifically challenge every single book that's not appropriate for children, not just in school libraries, but in public libraries too. So there's this group called Moms for Liberty.
Oh,
And they
yeah,
are not
we're
for
familiar.
liberty.
Oh
And
God,
they're always preaching the parents'
we
rights.
get mistaken for them all the time.
Yeah, and that's like,
They're like, "Are you affiliated with Moms for Liberty?" Yeah, because we have the word of liberty in our name.
Moms for Liberty is the opposite of everything we stand for. They are completely fascist in their ideals. They just want to ban books, and the rhyme and
It's called
reason for their book bans.
anti-fascist now.
Was that?
It's called
anti-fascist.
They are anti-Antifa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. And the entire reason that they challenge books is if they are showing a not white perspective. So pretty much anything written by someone who doesn't identify as white, and then LGBT plus perspectives. So
What if you
it
like
doesn't
reverse
matter.
racial dolezal, where you're like transracial but in the opposite direction?
Wait, what?
What?
You guys don't remember Rachel Dolezal?
I've never heard that name.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who's a political nerd I am?
Okay.
Even I don't know this one.
You can Google this, but if you do, you are probably going to get the first result on your search is going to be Rachel Dolezal OnlyFans. And
Oh God,
it's not a bad thing. I looked.
Big Sarge, look.
Rachel,
you don't have
hell
to.
yeah.
Rachel Dolezal, when she was like a teenager, was like picture perfect, lily white debutante. I mean, like just not terrible looking, like blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever, blah blah blah. At some point between then and 10 years ago, somehow she decided that she identified as black. And I don't just mean in the way that some white people think that they're black. Black identify. Like, you know, somebody who hangs out with black people and lives in a trailer park, drives a Ford Taurus. I don't know. She went the whole route. Started dyeing her skin, like going to tanning beds and overdoing it, wearing makeup, doing her hair in cornrows, getting cosmetic surgery on certain parts of her anatomy, and claimed that she was black to a point where I believe she somehow got elected to be like the president of a regional NAACP chapter.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that Rachel Dolezal. And then somebody figured out who she was or had connections to her family and was like, this woman is not black. She grew up like she was 10 years ago. She was white with like no lips, no ass, and like blonde hair and blue eyes. And they found pictures of her and showed it, and she's like, that's not me. And then the NAACP was like, no, you got to get the fuck out. It was not blackface. It was like somehow she had like, I don't know if it was a tanning bed or if she had some sort of skin treatment or what, but yeah. And then she dropped off public. She tried to say that she was transracial.
Like tanning injections?
She coined the term transracial because transgender is a thing. So why not transracial? And she's like, I feel like I was born to be black, even though I wasn't. And people were like, get the fuck out of here. Like nobody bought into that shit. And she disappeared for a long time until she popped up like Octomom. I was like, hey, I got an OnlyFans. But yeah, that was Rachel Dolezal.
I don't remember how we
How
got
did we get on this
topic.
subject? And why do I know these things?
She pulled an Ariana
What the fuck
Grande.
is wrong with me?
I didn't say that, for the record, dear public. I did not say that. That was definitely somebody else.
This is
Well,
gonna
when
be
I
the
say
last.
somebody who doesn't
This will be the
identify
last
as
show
white, I
on
mean
YouTube.
BIPOC.
YouTube's gonna be like,
People of color.
y'all gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'm not talking about people identify. I should not have said identifying as white, because actually I don't care. If somebody identified as white that wasn't white is a weird concept anyway. So I'm cool with trans white people.
White is
like
boring.
I decided I'm white because I think everybody should have a taste of this privilege. But that's my hot take for the day. If you could, like, come get some privilege, babe. I'm gonna use my privilege to try to get more privilege for others.
At least we're, some of us who are of more than one race, but pass ostensibly as one or the other. You could see something in that vein, but the surgery and cosmetic changes to do it when there's no actual connection, that's very weird. That's very weird
and you can't do it to be a person of color because that's a marginalized group and you're doing blackface at that point. Yeah.
Yes.
But if people want to be white, I support that. I don't know. A double standard. I have a double standard, y'all.
That'll
be the lead in all the super PAC ads against you now.
Wait, what?
So that'll be the lead in all the super PAC ads against you.
Yeah.
India doesn't want you to know about the
double standard she holds about being trans white.
If that's the worst they can come up with.
White.
Then I'm anti-racist.
Right now, there is a political operative who's one of the 27 people watching this going, yeah, I'm gonna write this down.
31, good. Thank you.
Don't going after me like that, this.
Oh my god. I am excited. My opponent doesn't usually do attack ads, but he referred
if he does, they're in Latin.
Maybe that's it. I feel like this would
India
be
May, in nomine Patri, Filii, Sanctus Spiritu. Not conservative. In nomine Patri, Spiritus, Sanctus Filii.
Somebody watch Boondock Saints.
I'm so glad I'm gonna go watch this guy's Facebook post, and the next time he pops up with some Latin shit. You know how? Okay, so there's a thing. It's not real Latin. It's called lorem ipsum. And what did it? Okay, so if you don't know what lorem ipsum is, if you have ever looked into getting a website, and you got on GoDaddy or Liquid something, whatever, fucking whatever website host, they have sample websites, right? And on these sample websites, they'll have some graphics and some bars of color here, like an orange bar here, a green bar here, a white background, and a random Getty Images stock photo from Vector Labs or whatever. I don't know. But the text on the page is going to be fake Latin. And it's literally random words that look Latin, and it leads off with lorem ipsum, dolorum, something, blah, blah, blah. It's the same words every time, and then it repeats itself. And that's called lorem ipsum. And it's meant to just be fake placeholder text. It's filler, just so you can see where the words are on a website and what it might look like in various formats. That's lorem ipsum. And it's based on a fake interpretation of Latin where they just literally throw words and add and and on the end of it. I don't know. That's lorem ipsum. That's, if you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah, just spam his comments.
I'm gonna spam his comments. So I'm gonna copy and paste the lorem ipsum blurb, and I'm gonna just hit Control V 7 times and hit enter. Charlie, whatever, this fucking Wendy's 1979 board member photograph. Your opponent, how are you like, for lack of, don't take this personally, but how are you, a virtual no-name, outraising the incumbent candidate who is the primary party in the vast majority of the district, and you have raised more money than him, and he takes corporate NRA IPAC?
Well, you want to know the secret? I don't really. Okay, this is bad. I don't make fundraising phone calls. I should, but I can't bear
Ooh,
to
I
do
don't
it
wanna do
because
that.
asking people for
Yeah.
money. So
The-
this
And
really
getting on the phone
came
with people.
from
Fuck that.
the national attention that I got hitting the news and doing the interview on, gosh, News Nation or something like that. I don't know. I did a bunch of interviews when I yelled at Joni Ernst, and I let people know I'm a rabble rouser. As an advocate and as an activist, I can make a senator quit her job. So imagine if you put me in the state house. And people just donated. And thank you guys. You know, like if you were one of the people who donated, like I owe everything. This entire
So
campaign
you
to the
hadn't even
people who
announced that you were
jumped
going to run
on.
for office, and they were
I
just
announced that
they were
same
already.
day. I wasn't planning to announce it, but I had a website and Act Blue. So I was like, well, I started this much of it. I guess now that I hit the news, I can like go ahead and announce early. So I just was like, hey, I'm running. And yeah, people just jumped in to help me. And I've been really, really blessed by that. So like, that's 100%. People are angry at Joni Ernst for being a bigoted, cowardly, cruel-spirited bitch. I shouldn't say that. Don't clip that.
I'm clipping it.
Oh, that's going. That's running. That's
In
the act.
fact, you know what I'm going to
Yeah,
do?
right there.
I'm going to go and get what is it? The Wedding Singer, where it's the little kid and he's like, Aunt Linda, and then cut it to you and you're like a bitch. That's how that's gonna go. And then I'm gonna like lead. I'm gonna put that at the very beginning and the end of whatever 2-minute clip of like the hot takes from this whole video, and that's what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah. Well, and she's so insufferable. Like, you know, her whole slogan when she was campaigning for office was "Make 'em squeal," and that was specifically because she grew up on a hog
She's a
farm.
fan of Deliverance.
Exactly. She grew up castrating hogs, and so she wants to make them squeal the way that hogs being castrated squeal. Like she campaigned on sadism and cruelty to animals.
Doug, you showed up at a weird time.
So basically, Christy Noem's husband is like a big fan.
Nah, I can't. I'm leaving. Nah, I came in the wrong time. Hey, right?
You came in at like the look at the time.
I am supposed to be here today, man.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. This. No, I know when to leave. I know when.
36. What do you mean?
I'm sick. I'm on hiatus, but I had to come in because as a teacher, I had to show my respects to a librarian, to somebody who cares about the kids' futures out here, and say hello, how are you? Thank you. I couldn't stay off hiatus 100%. I know I'm super late. I'm surprised that you guys are still on, but I'm glad at least I made it here. How are you, my friend?
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for teaching. And things are great. It's been a great conversation. It's good to meet you.
Yeah. I'm not going to ask any questions because I'm 100% sure in the past 2 hours, all of them have been asked. But I showed my face.
So much random shit.
Yeah, we got off topic. We were on all kinds of bullshit tonight.
So no, I know.
You could probably ask one of the questions we had planned to ask for this interview, and you'll probably hit one we completely fucked up on.
all I know is when you come in on castrating hogs and squeal like a pig, It's not what
We're talking smack on Joni Ernst.
That's probably it. Right?
Yeah, it's not what I signed up for.
Well, I got her to quit. The
Yeah,
sadistic senator. So
Nicely done.
that is
pretty
nicely
well.
done. That is
Yeah.
nicely done.
There are too many MAGA psychopaths.
Well, on that note, you just said when I came in, it just perked my ears. You said that she was running on straight up cruelty and sadism.
I can't
And
have
I
a
was,
fucking aneurysm. I'll be right back.
oh Lord. And I was just saying to myself, that pretty much sounds right. That's all they have to run on. And that's what all of them are pretty much running on now. It's how sadistic, how gross, how mean, how racist and hurtful and cruel can you be? And then the one who wins is the most.
Yeah.
So, were you expecting anything other than that?
That's been a pattern here in Iowa. A lot of the Republicans that are not MAGA are getting primaried with extremists now. So we're going to have a bloodbath in the Republican primaries. They're going to be expensive. They're going to be infighting, and I'm here for it. I got my popcorn.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So they're still on it. They're still on. Like, even now, when so many people are retiring from the House, people are losing elections left and right because of Trump, let's be honest, and these policies. They're still doubling down on it.
Oh, yeah. And worse. It's crazy. They're like, we're not extreme enough. I think we should add a staunch anti-vaxxing pro-ivermectin. That's one bill we have on the docket, is to legalize over-the-counter ivermectin as an alternative for I don't know, COVID treatment type of stuff.
They're claiming it cures cancer now.
Yes, also cancer, which is great.
What are we talking about? I go away to see what the fuck is going on with my cat having an aneurysm by the back door, and I come back to like
ivermectin cures
over-the-counter cure for
is
literally
the left
everything.
adding ivermectin to our.
We swerve back onto the stupid bills.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And that we need more extremists, because that's what the Republicans are doing, is trying to get more extreme
Apparently
MAGA
my wife
people.
has been
So we need more openly racist people and people who spread MAHA misinformation freely.
She's been watching the whole time, Sarge. You didn't notice?
No.
What's going on with Iowa? What's going on with Iowa? How racist are they? What's happening here?
God, it's so bad.
It's really that bad, huh?
Yeah, we had a Mahaska County supervisor drop the N-word casually in a meeting.
Oh, this is beautiful.
There was public backlash. There was no apology. I did a whole video about it, trying to raise awareness on it's Code Red State is my socials, but there's still nothing happening. So I'm calling for him to resign. But then the guy who is the other, so there's three supervisors, a second supervisor went off on this strange tangent about denying accusations of domestic abuse and of a child. He actually was quoted as saying, "I did not go Rocky Balboa on that kid." He said that in the meeting at the same time that the guy said, "I'd like to thank my supporters." It was his apology at this meeting. Like, Iowa is in a bad position as far as racist leadership. It's embarrassing and humiliating.
Wow.
We have to do better. We can do better. We just need we need Jesus. I don't know what we need.
What's up with the gerrymander? Is it gerrymandered to heck, or is it just really just that? Because usually when candidates act like that, it's because they know they have to appeal to exactly 1% of 1% that actually can vote for them, because they've gerrymandered it to all hell. Is that what's going on, or is it just a change needed from the ground up, education to whatever else?
It's not gerrymandered. It's really, we have a brain drain problem where all of the young people have left the state in search of better opportunities because of the crashed economy, the crap healthcare system, the poisoned water, the bad education system, the low opportunities. There's a lot of reasons to leave the state. So a lot of the best and brightest have left. And so the people who remain are the people who have been disenfranchised. They don't vote, they don't participate because they just hunker down and endure instead of trying to make a difference. And I'm hoping that I can reach people who are just so sick of the broken system. I hope they understand that we can take it back from the inside while we work to take things back in America on the outside. And it starts in Iowa because we are such a microcosm of what's wrong with MAGA, because we've had 10 years of a Republican trifecta and we have a lot of crappy statistics to show for it. So we have work to do, but I'm hoping that we can get people to step up because we have a terrible voter turnout.
So somehow you got old girl to quit, right? From what I heard, you're getting more donations than what is it, your primary opponents?
It's not. I don't have a primary opponent. It's just the incumbent and myself.
Okay.
He doesn't have a challenger either. But I did outraise the incumbent so far.
So you've outraised him so far. So that means that there's something there. And maybe you will be that champion, I guess. Maybe like they were just waiting for everybody's too scared to talk until the first person speaks up type thing. So man, I'm sorry about that in Iowa. That's crazy. I'm glad to see you though. But when you were, this is really the question that I had when I joined in. And then, squealing happened and ivermectin curing cancer.
You heard banjos.
Yeah, like, at that moment, like what is that? My instinct said, run! It's time for me to get up out. There's 3 white people talking about squealing like a pig. I'm out. See you later.
That is the right impulse.
But I saw your video on your campaign site. It was the most down to earth, unrefined. I'm just somebody talking to the people. Somebody, and I think that's exactly what is needed in a place where ivermectin cures cancer. I think that people like they're looking for that authenticity. But when you said that they were trying to, in the video, you were talking about you being a librarian. What were they doing? What were they doing in the libraries? Were they trying to mandate like book bans for statewide or in the schools? What was going on there?
There were 6 different pieces of legislation that were anti-library, and they were all ridiculous. But yeah, it was to punish librarians with lawsuits if they gave a minor something obscene. There was anti-library association bills. There was bills to label whether books are appropriate for children or not. There was a lot of book ban adjacent legislation that came into session, the last 2 sessions. And it's been spearheaded by my senator and the guy that I'm running against. And Moms for Liberty.
Oh God. And of course we all know that that's what they do because they can't rely on actual policy. So that's what they've found as an alternative to helping people's lives is let's go into the anti-book, anti-education thing. What, did any of those pass?
No, absolutely not. We've been working hard. I've collaborated with some really awesome people who are in the House right now, and I'm really proud of the advocacy they've done for the libraries. We've got some really good advocates. Thank goodness.
Jeez. Yeah, thank goodness. Well, last question. Seeing that there is a brain drain, young people are leaving, do you have a plan, an idea, a coalition to bring them back to stop that, or how would you address it?
Absolutely. Oh, I love that question. One, healthcare. We need to, one, make it affordable, two, make it accessible, three, eliminate all the deserts that we have. So deprivatizing Medicaid and making they just passed a tax, the Republicans passed a tax on HMO insurance. So it's going to get even more expensive on top of what the big, beautiful bill did to insurance. So we're hurting right now. I don't have insurance because I can't afford it. So eliminating that as a reason to leave the state, number one. Fixing our poisoned water crisis so that people feel safe drinking the water here would be a huge one. And then the issues with culture wars, the antagonism to LGBTQ plus people and people of color. We need to just eliminate racism and homophobia, transphobia, and misogyny from the legislature, and that will just naturally heal. We can just give people their civil rights and guarantee them at the very least. Oh gosh,
How
we
could
can
you
repair our
possibly?
education system by investing into it, like
Yeah,
we haven't for the last 10 years. They say, we've raised the budget every year. I don't know why you guys are doing badly. Well, we've never caught up with inflation. So we've gotten cuts to
yeah.
our education system until we've dropped from first in the nation to middle of the pack. Um,
Hey, at least you're not Oklahoma.
what's that?
At least you're not Oklahoma. I think they're 49th.
Golly, yeah. That's how
Wow.
you get, who's that, Mark Wayne guy? That's how
Yeah.
that happens.
The fake
Wow.
Cherokee.
You said
I shouldn't say that because I think
I'm
the
Cherokee.
Cherokee tribe actually claims him, but there's
Well,
like so many people who are part of the local tribes that are like, he's not. It's all
you could
political. Like,
focus on his whole stolen valor angle. That's not in dispute.
there's so many things about
Yeah,
that
there's
guy.
so many things.
So
Talks about being a
whether
veteran,
it's
never served.
I'm an MMA fighter, I'm gonna beat up this other guy who's testifying before Congress because fuck him.
So
Yeah,
wait
and
a
poor
minute.
All
Bernie
the way
Sanders
to
had to be the adult in the room.
Yeah, that was so.
yeah.
God.
Bernie Sanders like came in and put his foot down like angry grandpa who's like, listen,
You're a United States
I'll turn
senator.
this car around, you little bastards. Sit down and buckle your fucking seatbelts and shut the fuck up. I'm tired of this.
We're not
Imagine,
going to the water park today.
Let's go get some ice cream.
imagine having to be reminded that you're a United States senator. Like it was the backhand. Like, bro, you're a United States senator. Sit down. What's wrong with
Yeah.
you?
Sir, have you taken leave of your senses in this august body?
All right, so you're just one person. That list of things sounds like something that'll keep people there, but it also sounds like a Herculean task. Have you a coalition? Have you spoken to other Democratic senators? Have you already started to work on how to go about things that are that big?
Absolutely. I freaking love Eleanor Levin, Amy Wickendall, Heather Matson, Sean Bagniski. What's up, dude? If he ever sees this, he'll be like, "You cussed, you cussed." Yeah. There's so many like-minded people. Brian Meyer, he's the minority leader. That are talking affordability. They're talking progressive. I'm really excited about this. But they run the gamut of, Democrat
Yeah,
leanings, but
right.
they all have a very unified front and they all are professionals. Like, there's a ton of people to respect who are in office right now. Thank God. Because if I was really doing this alone, it couldn't be done. But
Right.
seeing the competence. Oh my gosh, Austin Baith and Megan Shrinivaras. And those are two doctors who are in the House, and they're just rock stars, advocates. They get it. It's such fundamental stuff that we need. Clean water is such a simple ask. None of this is really Herculean. It's just common sense. It's normal. It's actually what's conservative, because conservation and tradition and doing things that are sustainable and have longevity is the true fundamental basis of being conservative. I don't know what MAGA thinks they are, but they are not conservative. So this could be a bipartisan, heroic effort to save Iowa. I just hate that the priorities have been so warped, but this is totally doable. We do have to flip a huge number of seats if we need a Democratic majority, which is looking like it must be so, because MAGA has usurped the Republican Party in a almost perfect way. I don't know what Kim Reynolds does to get every single Republican to vote in lockstep the way they do, but we're going to need to flip 17 seats. It's wild. That's a huge effort. So I'm recruiting people to run for office. It's never too late to sign up. So I share videos of the districts that don't have candidates yet from time to time to try to get people engaging in these conversations, because the type of person that I want in office is the type of person who's never considered it before, because they're not interested in power, but they want to help their community. And so I'm looking at you, person sitting down with your phone, like you should probably be sleeping right now. Get some rest. But also, you belong in power. You do. And if I was a really horrible person, like the type who would hurt children for fun and pleasure, then I would tell you that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that you would be afraid of power, so that I can have both all to myself, because you're afraid of corruption. Yeah. So that's the story we have had hammered into our heads. That's the lie. Good people can take power back, and we absolutely all need to. So thank you guys. Everybody who's on camera right now, run for office.
So
do it.
Nope.
Listen, I'm here to support people running for office.
Because then I have to go on camera and talk about all, and I mean all of the many things. Because the second that I forget the one time I did that thing, they're gonna be like, "Well, he's talked about the time that he smoked pot, but have you heard about the time that he almost got kicked out of the military for having a three-way?" And I'll be like, "Oh, next video."
Purity politics are canceled. People want real human beings with flaws. It's fine.
I don't think they want those kinds of flaws. They want, like,
I bet they do.
Then it'll be all about that.
He ran a stop sign one time and forgot to pay the ticket, and then they issued a bench warrant. And then the next time he got drunk at Outback Steakhouse, the cops came in and are like, "Sir, did you know that you have a bench warrant? If you give me $50, we'll pay it right now." That's the kind of shame and sin that they want. They don't want
they don't want
the what I have done.
What's up, Matt? You had something important.
It would be an Applebee's, wouldn't it? It would be nothing as high class as the Outback, sir.
No, it's what is that? Chili's. Yeah. Not quite Outback.
I'm hacking a lung out over here. Before I hack a lung out, here's the thing. When you
did you catch what I had, but you didn't get it from me because I wasn't around you?
No, I got it from you. I told you. Somehow during the live, you passed that.
I haven't seen you since November.
No, somehow during the live, you passed that.
You can't put that 5-month gap on me, sir.
Here's the deal. When you said LGBTQ, racism, somehow you got to also find a way to deal with that. Here's the story. The other day I'm watching YouTube, and the governor who's running for my state, the person who wants to be governor running for my state, their entire commercial was, "This trans boxer almost hurt and killed this woman boxer. And this volleyball player hit the ball so hard it caused major damage for the poor girl who hit the ground when it hit her." And That was the commercial. That was the commercial.
Never mind that the boxer in question was not trans.
Was not trans, but it doesn't matter. Here's the deal. One thing I can tell you is he looks like he's going to win. That's it. They have so convinced, they have so brainwashed that the thing that happens to less, I mean, there are less trans athletes than there are ex-wives of Donald Trump. It doesn't really make any sense to have a commercial like that. But that was his entire 30-second, 60-second maybe commercial. How are you going to defend against it? How do you take the Newsom approach and both sides? Do you go all in and risk? I want something genius from somebody to figure out, because I'm looking at that commercial and I'm saying he's gonna win. It's the dumbest, stupidest. Only thing he could have done worse is say squeal like a pig. And then maybe
no, that's how you win. If you tell people you want to make them squeal like a pig, apparently.
Well, no, you got her to quit.
She won.
That's what she won, but you got her to quit though.
She's quitting now, but she won that election with "Make 'em squeal" as her slogan.
Wow,
it's crazy. MAGA is crazy, but they don't understand that they are not a majority. They're actually truly not. And we mobilize, we organize against that kind of rhetoric, that hate. And America has a long, messed up history of mobilizing and organizing against hate. And yeah, hate mobilizes too. Yeah. And it's rampant because it's very well funded. That is one thing we have that's not in our favor. We have each other. They have the money. But they are never going to be an actual genuine majority of people. People who are genuinely hateful will always be the true minority. People who exploit others, people who see other human beings as lessers, those genuinely are a minority of humanity. Most of us know somebody who isn't exactly like us and knows that that person's not less than or evil or whatever. Yeah. So all it takes is exposure to break hate.
What's your
exposure with good faith? When you meet a trans person who trusts you enough to say, "Hey, I'm trans," and you still have that rapport, and then boom, well, I guess I can't be a transphobe because I like that one person. It really is a matter of that, and that's why we came so far, and we have a long freaking way to go. And this rhetoric is fake, it's manufactured, and it's not going to win. It never will. It's been like this all of American history. So we will have an America free of hateful rhetoric at some point, and we're going to work every day until we see it. Hopefully in this lifetime. Wouldn't that be cool? Also, we get to see Donald Trump's funeral in this lifetime.
Oh, we will see that. Yes, indeed.
Stay tuned.
So in the debate, when that comes up,
this motherfucker live to be like 104 and
no, he got.
We'll still live longer.
I don't know. I feel like
I'm dying right now.
Right. After the month that I've had, and I can't even laugh without coughing up a lung.
I'm still laughing like
yeah. Somebody on here, like, it was probably India, said something that was hilarious, and I laughed, but then I had to like mute the microphone, and I was sitting here like this. So I looked like I was laughing, but I was actually coughing because
that's nice.
I
That's
can't.
A good trick. I'm gonna use that.
And my wife likes to watch comedy. Like, she'll be like, "Hey, Cat Williams has a new Netflix special. Let's watch it." I'm like, "Okay." And then it takes an hour and a half longer than the Netflix special because we have to pause it for me to laugh at a joke and then cough for 10 minutes straight.
Brutal.
See?
Yeah.
I'm out.
So I don't know if I'm going to make it. If I die before Donald Trump, I'm going to haunt that motherfucker. I swear to God. I don't even need reason. I'll just be like, "Ooh, tiny penis. Ooh,
mushroom."
Oh, there's your next exit sound.
Yeah, on that note, it's lovely meeting you, India May. God dog it, I hope you win and broaden that coalition. I don't
There
know.
is no way that 1979 Wendy's board member wins. There's just no way.
I'm not likely to beat him, statistically speaking. It's not likely to happen. That's the
And
reality
yet-
of my district. But I'm
This
gonna
and
is-
yet,
prove that wrong.
how many
work my little tail
violently flaming red, like fire engine red, set on fire, fire engine red districts in the past 3 months have gone from
Yes.
red to shit, we now have a progressive in charge.
Mar-a-Lago
2 years.
is
There's-
now in a blue district.
Yes,
There
is
are
no
30
Yeah.
total seats have been flipped.
Wow. Come
Awesome.
on. Come on.
So
Well,
it's
I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and if
statistically speaking,
if I can't flip this, I am not gonna stop. I will keep organizing and building momentum
Demand a recount,
and
because
infrastructure. We're going
there
to
is
flip this district, even if I can't do it by November. Okay, so you can
So-
shenaniganry.
Before we go,
Iowagenites don't let us down.
don't you. It's on you. All you. So here, I'm gonna give you one. This is free.
Iowahuans.
This is free game, goddammit. I'm giving you the free game. When you get into this debate with this, I'm going to not say the word because you might have to actually win. When you get in a debate with this fool, and the first thing that they say is, "What
Do
do
you
you
get a
think?"
debate?
There has to be a debate. Well, whatever it is.
Oh,
I
we
don't
should
think you'd show up to
sponsor a
debate
debate.
me.
Sons of Liberty sponsoring a
Let's-
debate.
Yes, welcome to the Iowa District 58 debate. I am your host, Tim Big Sarge. Joining me tonight is my co-host, Doug Drill Sergeant Sarge,
Mushroom.
and our incumbent guest tonight. He is the 1979 regional assistant to the regional manager of franchise Wendy's, Charlie Thompson. Hold your applause. Hold your applause. Thank you. And his challenger,
Librarian.
RN in DMA.
In the blue corner.
I'm telling you,
We can
we
do it.
can definitely
I
do a
promise you,
debate.
we are more professional than we look. Listen,
No, we're not.
but we can act like it for 30 minutes.
Yes,
for
we
an hour.
can.
For an hour, I can be goddamn professional.
I'll give you 49 minutes. The last minute and a half is going to be me dunking on somebody. I don't care
No,
what
so
it is.
wait a
It could be
minute.
Dunkin'
I'm gonna
Donuts.
give you
It could be
some-
Charlie Thompson.
I'm gonna give you some free game. Free game. You ready? In there. This is the free game. I usually charge for this type of shit. Now,
This is
what,
professional.
what happens is when
It's
you get
Patreon.
that
And he's dead.
I'm dead. When you get that there he goes. When you get that question, when you get that, well, do you think that trans people can be doing sports or this or mutilating genitals? I'm gonna give you the game. This is the answer. I've read 1,000 documents of the Epstein files, and none of the offenders have been trans.
Right
I'm
there.
more
Or librarians.
or librarian, but most of them have been white men Republicans. So if you're worried about the kids, don't vote for that guy. That is the one that I'm telling you, it wins. And even if they know that that you're being outlandish, there's no response. There's no
Ladies and
response.
gentlemen, my opponent still most statistically likely to be sexually harassing kids.
Right. The trans people who are referenced are fucking victims. I'm sorry, I shouldn't curse.
Hold
I'm a
on.
candidate. But they're victims in these crimes.
He's about to explode.
Where did he go?
Was
He
that
has to
cue for-
cough. That's what it is.
Was that
He's
cue for us to
coughing
just
right now.
wait while he
Aw.
coughs off camera?
Poor dude.
No, we gotta fill her up like a donut.
We are doing two different shows right now.
No, we're not.
Wait till you see the third.
I think my wife is still watching.
He's still coughing?
He's still coughing.
Blink
He's
twice.
still laughing.
Somebody said
And you
something
need help.
funny, and I think we need to like put it in a bottle. I'm trying to give him the time to recover and come back on and finish his thought, but I definitely feel like we could put on a debate.
I would love that. And if we have a camera specifically for if he doesn't show up, that'll be on a chair, and we can just put like a rubber chicken there.
Yes.
Oh no!
No, what are the dildo?
We gotta get a Clint Eastwood lookalike to like gesture to the empty chair. You guys remember that shit when it was like he was talking to Obama?
Yes. Yes.
When Obama was there, he's like, "Well,
He was just yelling at a
Mr.
chair.
Obama, but he's not here." Cowboy squint.
Cowboy squint.
That wasn't a bad impression. The squint
know.
even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Well,
good.
you know, you make one indie film about a Western. And you got the
Cowboy
squint.
squint.
You got the squint. You got the ooh yoo yoo sound. Because you can't afford to license the music, so you just make the mouth sounds and then record that, and then.
I can't leave y'all motherfuckers for a second, bro.
You can't.
Dylan, we are professionals.
We talking about womps. Like, how did we get there that fast? Just that fast.
Empty
Yeah,
chair,
the
Clint
feds, we were
Eastwood,
left
westerns.
unsupervised.
Yeah, okay, got you. That makes sense. Oh man, yeah, I got some ginger juice from the wife because she heard me hacking away, and she forced me off of the lot. Hey, watch yourself. Then she forced me off of the live, and I was gonna get a spanking if I didn't run up there and get this juice.
I mean, that's all the live stream's
Come
missing
back.
right now.
Yeah, I'd be like, sorry guys, I'm out. I'm getting spanked.
No, I do the spanking. Come on. Now.
Not the first time Big Sarge just cut it early because he had to go get spanked.
On
Yeah.
that
Hope it
note,
lasts.
Yeah, see what I'm
wrap
saying?
it up.
Live stream at like
I gotta
7:30.
go. I
I'm like,
can't be
I'm
seen.
wrapping up, guys. I gotta go.
I can't be seen then.
We're supposed to be trying to
No
help her,
comment.
babe.
Plead the fifth.
Jesus.
This is her opponent's entire attack ad.
Look,
It's just 30 seconds of this show.
You're not gonna throw us under the bus. I know you've been on our Discord long enough to know better.
No,
The
listen,
Discord
that's
does
true.
get
You watched
spicy.
the OPSEC video, so you've been here for a minute.
here's the deal. I honestly believe Democrats have failed the moment because they don't realize that if you're running against somebody who squeals like a pig on and you're talking about whatever else you think matters to them, you're wrong. You know what they want to hear? This. They want to know, I promise you, whatever is used against you in this moment, the people who want to see that from a Democrat will be like, that's the one. It's the same reason why your non-produced as simple plain video on your site made me feel special. Like, that's it right there. There was no pretense. There is no highfalutin. And you know that you're an RN. You know that you're a librarian. I have the best words. I have the best words.
the best words, all the words, and people tell me all the time that I say words, and they're the
Come up
best.
to me with tears in their eyes
With
and
tears in their eyes.
say, "Sir, your words are impeccable."
Like groceries.
More
No one had even heard of groceries before I brought that word back. It's an old time word.
This
Don't many
woman
know
went up
it.
to the counter to check out, and she had 2 apples, and she said, "Excuse me, I'll be right back. She had to go put one apple back in the refrigerator because I can't pay for this apple.
Oh my God.
Expensive.
So
I went to fucking 5 different grocery stores that next day and took pictures of the price of apples. Bitch, if you can't afford $1.19 for 2 apples, you've got other problems.
you couldn't
And
afford
one of
to
them
get
is
to the
called
grocery
Donald
store.
Trump is a liar.
No. Yeah, trust me. It's time that we get real. We let go of the pretense. Take the suit off. The first thing I saw when we lost in such horrific fashion when Trump got in, the first thing I saw Brian Tyler Cohen do. I don't know if you remember that guy. Brian Tyler Cohen, he used to wear a tie, button down, and a suit every day, hair immaculate for years. That's never seen him without the gray or blue suit ever. The minute that we lost, that motherfucker ain't put a tie on in a year and a half. He realized I was wrong. Where's my sweat? The last time I saw him, his sweatsuit had a tear in it. And I realized it's on purpose. Like, he realized I've been talking to the wrong people. I've been talking to the wrong people. It's time people start realizing that they don't care about, they don't care about your 5-stage plan on the growth of the economy through this and that. What they care about is, are you real? Are you like me? Do you see the same things I see? Do you talk like me? And the other guys are faking it. So if we actually are that, we can beat them. They're faking it. They're not that. Those guys are rich pukes.
Yeah.
That's it. And they just like, what did Donald Trump do yesterday? I'll do that. They don't have what we have. So I gave you the free game. That's the second free game. I'm glad that now you're gonna win. And when you do, you can credit Drill Sard. I won't take but 10%. Oh boy. Well, it's nice meeting you, India. It really is.
Great to meet you too. Great advice. I'm taking it to heart. Yeah, it is about being a person. Like I said, purity politics are canceled. I'm a person with flaws and moods, and I don't know. I don't know everything. That's the first thing I tell people. Hi, my name's India. I'm running for an office, and I don't know everything I need to know to be really good at that seat. What I need to know is, what do you care about? What do you want me to do for you? Let me write it down. Tell me about it. So I'm going to keep that attitude. Listening, being available, because the guy I'm running against doesn't do that. He doesn't read his emails. He doesn't door knock. He doesn't show up. He doesn't care. And I care like a weird amount. Like I care really, really deeply about the people in my area, the people I know and love and work with and hang out with and serve here in my community. And that's exactly what I want to take to the State House. But it's a huge amount of work and a huge amount of money in between here and there. So if anybody's donating to my campaign, I want y'all to know I don't invest that into corporate stuff. And like, I all my events are free and open to the public. And so your donation goes towards food for my cookout type of deal. So like, things are, any support's appreciated. Also support the Sons of Liberty getting this documentary project together. I want to watch it. I want to be in it. I want to do something big enough to be in the Sons of Liberty documentary. That's like aspirational bucket list stuff right there. So look forward to it.
Love it.
Which Sons of Liberty documentary? Because I'm working on a documentary web series about the Civil War.
The Civil War.
Yeah. Tomorrow is Confederate Heritage Month, and this is my favorite time of year. If I could find a field full of wildflowers, I would put on my Union wool uniform in the 95 degrees swamp assness and go run through it, and then dub it over with "It's the most wonderful" as I'm out there frolicking in the flowers, because that is how
We'll do it.
much I love Confederate Heritage Month, because that is a real thing, and it is stupid that we have it, and therefore I
It must be
celebrate Confederate
It
Heritage
must be
Month
trolled.
by trolling
trolled.
for all 30 some odd 30 31, I don't fucking know, April, May, November, half September days
30.
of April, multiple times a day, video content, page posts talking about people who stayed loyal to the United States but were from the South.
Mm.
It
And the
was
comment sections.
Ooh, they hate that. Oh God, they hate
also
that.
our peak season for hate mail, because the people who get
When we're not shadow banned,
so
which is
mad.
what we currently are.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm struggling with that too. I can only imagine how much you guys get shadow banned.
Everybody on the left is right now.
Yeah.
And they're taking away subscriptions, at least 5 to 10 a day. So make sure that you're asking people, are they subscribed, or to make sure that they are subscribed, even if they think they already are, because that's how that has worked. I've
That's a
had
good point.
about 15 people already have to resubscribe, and as I'm losing my voice, I think it's time, guys. I came in for my 15 minutes to save your show. That's what happened.
You came in for 15 minutes to save us and ended up staying for like 30.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I was about to say he
I'm
came in
glad
for
I got the
15,
chance to
of
talk to
which
you
10
guys.
he spent coughing.
Yeah, get to
Very
feeling better.
rarely do we go past like 9:30 Eastern. It is after 10.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It is past Ram's bedtime.
We gotta wrap
Excluding
it up,
the
y'all.
30
Wrap it
minutes
up.
of hardcore punk rock that I saw you headbanging to backstage.
Oh, God. I didn't think I was live.
I saw all the thumbnails, and Matt's like hastily trying to eat dinner, and I'm over here like combing my beard and playing the kazoo, and here's India in the background, just hair going everywhere.
Yes.
And I coughed so hard for like 5 minutes.
That's what got you started coughing. Been coughing ever since. I have that effect on people. I'm just kidding. It's
Make
weird.
my wife is watching.
Honestly,
It's
no one
getting
wants to
late,
go on
y'all.
this track.
Yeah, it's late.
Oh, if you want to get in touch with me, mayforiowa@gmail.com. MAYFORIOWA, the greatest state in the nation, bar none. You can fight me on that.com. Or no, sorry. Yeah, that is my website. Also at
Very
Gmail.
long website.
You can type me on that.com.
Yeah. So, like, get in touch with me if anybody, I don't know, if you got plans and ideas.
Well, he's got plans and
Took up
ideas.
some good trouble, y'all.
Awesome.
All right. Good night.
I mean, what are you doing?
I'm running
I'm
away.
going to email you about the mead. I don't know about anybody else, but
I do make mead. I can't guarantee that it's always good because I try different recipes and results
I don't
vary.
even care. I will experiment, and not just with mead. So mead is the least of things that I will experiment with. So
Send me your address, man. We'll make it happen.
You could send
Yes.
her some of Big Sarge's extra woke coffee in exchange.
I cannot, because and I don't know why people think that I have like a whole warehouse full of stuff that I've just mercantilized or whatever, but I don't. It's
I
all
choose to
print on
believe
demand. That
in the warehouse
includes
of
the
merch.
coffee. And I have to order my own coffee at full price. I don't get discounts or like whatever. So when I run out of coffee, it's either I'm going to the Family Dollar General Tree down on the corner to get some
Family Dollar General Tree.
some Hills Brothers fucking $2 for a big, or I got to be on point with making sure that I re-up my coffee supply from Printify. And they don't give me, I'm like, it's my coffee, it's my face on there. They're like, I don't care, full price, bro. You're not special.
I'm dying over here, bro.
I know.
We get the 2 claps and a Rick going.
People are
man.
like, "Hey, are you back? Are you feeling well?" And I'm like,
Wow.
"No."
No, I'm
You're
not.
down to just 2 claps. That's just it. I'm not even
2
sure you
claps.
can afford the Rick.
I can
I'm
do the
trying to
Not in
Rick.
this
read the
economy.
chat.
I got exactly 1
Promise to bring
Rick.
back federal programs that pay
You got one,
farmers
Rick.
to improve their
And
lives.
it's
Oh, hell
exactly.
yeah. The strange _1.
The strange one.
100%. We need to fund farmers being able to afford to prevent runoff. We do not need to be putting that all on the farmers' shoulders and then blaming them when they can't do anything about it. Yeah.
Is
There's
that
a
our
lot of
the
things we
strange
can
one?
do. And yeah.
Yeah, that's the strange one.
Thank you, the strange one. All day, every day.
Mhm.
I gotta go though.
Right. I'm
That's
like,
Thank
gonna
you guys for
be
this
our
great
show.
chat.
Hey, since you're on our Discord, you know 2 claps and a Rick, right?
Wait, what?
2 claps and a Rick, the thing that
Fail.
we do, the thing that I do at the end of the videos.
I
Fail.
don't remember that.
Fail.
What?
Epic.
What?
She
All right,
did
I'll do
not
it
make
this
it to
time.
the end of the show, Big Sarge.
Epic.
She did.
Fail.
She did not make it
Apparently
to the end.
Epic.
All right,
It was going so well.
our guest tonight, the only one not coughing.
I'm not coughing.
Matt, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the only one not coughing, we want to thank India May, running for Iowa's 58th district. Please visit her website, make a donation, say some nice things. Meanwhile, in the name of Big Sarge and the Drill Sarge, 2 claps in a Rick. Woo! Now it's time for the
Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in all 3.5 hours of our show.